Yeah, you say you did 30 miles today?
35. I did 35.
How many miles you doing usually through a week now with the bike?
Trying to get like I think I this whole week I probably got like 100, more than 100 miles.
Yeah, what's the difference between like, what's the scaling between riding and then you running? Because I'm not quite sure. Like,
So
every, like, let's just say you did 30 miles. What's that equivalent to, as far as running?
I'm not sure, just because it's a different like exercise.
Okay.
Like it's like a low stress like body exercise.
Okay.
That's why some people are probably against it when like comes to boxing, because they're thinking it's not the same as running, because to get like a real sweat with the bike I have to be on it for at least an hour.
Oh, so it's a more slower process.
Yeah, running depending, like I can run for 30 minutes, keep a 7-minute mile pace, and like within 14 minutes I'm already sweating.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because like I feel like, it's not about the length. It's really just about what the kind of quality work and what's the goals are, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I think some people, but you see, like for some people, like in your case, oh yo, Liz Marco's on the chat. Yo, Marco's is popping killer.
My man's always a man. That's my man.
Yo, it's funny. Every time he says that, like, what's cracking down and word or whatever, it always censors every fucking time. He said, bro, why not 5-minute miles? Yo, what's good, Mike? Mike's in the chat.
Hey.
You remember Mike, right?
Yeah, I remember Mike. Yeah, the thing is, I have bad knees. So maybe like a month ago, same thing. I did 5 miles. I kept a 14-minute pace throughout my jog. The next day, I remember the training with our Argenis. I couldn't do no lateral movement on my left side. Like the pain was like, I couldn't handle it.
And I feel like that's the biggest challenge, right? Because like you want to work hard, you want to train hard, and we'll get into this more in detail because obviously you're a boxing coach, but like at what point do you feel like, okay, I want to work hard as I can, but you also got to like listen to your body and be like, all right, I'm actually damaging myself at this point.
When you can't sleep at night.
Yeah, that's usually your indication.
When you can't sleep because like you're in pain. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's bad. Yo, Big Mike.
So my God.
Yo, Big Mike in the chat. What's poppin', killer? Yeah, we're about to get into the all that boxing shit. But what you saying, Alan?
Yeah, definitely when you start feeling in your sleep because you can't sleep. Like you're constantly waking up. You're like, for me, I remember when I was 20, I hurt my shoulder again. I was playing baseball and boxing, and everything was like all the wear and tear on my shoulder. I remember waking up like at 3 a.m. and taking a hot shower, blasting hot water because I couldn't handle the pain.
Yeah.
And you're there pushing. You're trying to play at a high level. You're trying to train to fight. You're trying to train to stay in shape. Your body can only handle so much.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like other people are different? Like some people can handle it, and more than like genetically wise. Like you think?
I feel genetics plays a big role, but I think sometimes certain people have good poker faces. They won't.
Yeah, I believe that.
They have this mindset of like, I'm not gonna let nobody know like I'm hurting.
By the way, real quick, Big Papi Juan 29 just said was a salute to both of us. Big shout out to Big Papi. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but
I feel like
thank you.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably one of your homies or whatever. But yeah, big shout out to thank you, Danny, for the follow.
Hey.
I see you there. Yeah, what's going on, guys? Yeah, we're about to get started. We're just talking a little shit before we get, really deep into the podcast. We might have a special guest later tonight. That depends on that person if they want to pull up.
I think that's my boy Angel right there, right? Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing about Twitch. You never really know who the fuck it is till you kind of like really listen to what they're saying. Yeah.
Yo, that used to happen in my streams. People like, yo, I'm that kid, Chris. Like, I don't train about 10 different Chris at the gym.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And they're like, that, and I'm there just thinking, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, bro, but I don't remember you.
There's so many Dannys, so many fucking Stevens, so many Juans. Yo, I swear to God. Yo, it's too many fucking people. But yeah, we're going to get into it in a little bit. We're just, we like to just do a little pre-talk before we get into the main part of the podcast.
Oh, man, saca las chelas.
What that means?
He's saying take out the beers. Yeah, it's a Mexican slang right there.
Yeah, honestly, bro, it may not look like it right now, but I'm fucking hung over like a shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, because last night we was out, and then, these guys are fucking taking shots of tequila, and I'm not about that alcohol life, but then I'm also getting peer pressure. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta, like you can't
That's
not
a big
take.
thing. No,
You
that's
can't
a big
take.
thing.
It's so rude to not take a shot, especially if it's a shot for for somebody or like occasion. So I'm just like, fuck, man, why I gotta do this shit? Yo, I hate
Yo,
this
I
shit.
feel him in that. I feel him in that. But guys, if you're watching this and you're a fighter, you gotta learn how to fight those temptations. Yo.
Oh, please, man. These motherfuckers, they all fucking fighters and they fucking do all this shit. They get me tight.
That ass, bro. Then you wonder why you're 6 pounds heavier on Monday.
Right?
Our Janice tells you, get on the scale.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, yo, let's go with you. You gain 7 pounds over the weekend?
Yeah. New workout plan.
My
2
man
shots
starts
of
a
Henny.
Henny and then conditioning.
Yeah, okay. That's fucking torture right there. That's the real fucking training right there. Fuck out of here. I don't want to do that shit. But yeah, man. I guess we could do real quick. This is my boy Alan, phenomenal boxing coach.
Thank you.
What I mean? Also my coworker, good friend of mine. I want to welcome Alan to the to this podcast. If you want to do a quick, introduction, what you're about and what you do.
So I'm a trainer. No, I'm kidding. I'm a boxing trainer, guys. I work at Sweatbox. I'm one of like the very first trainers there. Like my anniversary of like working there for 5 years is in September. It's crazy that 5 years just passed like that.
Yep.
I remember I've been doing that for the last 5 years. I've tried doing other things, but for some reason boxing is my calling. Teaching is my calling, so I'm always going back. I've never left the gym. I only left once when I hurt my shoulder that I was just speaking about previously. My dentist was nice enough to like still let me come back after a month later.
Really?
So that, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, bro.
What happened there? If you don't mind me
it was
asking.
2017. Is when I decided to go back to. Well, I was in college, but I wanted to play at least a semester of baseball.
Okay.
With CSI.
Okay.
So I tried to get back. I was playing in the adult league. I was playing like 3 times a week. I was actually I was training, really training. I think that was the first time I really attempted to want to compete, and I was really training. I was sparring a lot. But there was so much wear and tear on my shoulder. I remember it went from one game to another, like same thing, that mentality of having that poker face, not letting people know you're in pain. And I played, I ended up hurting my shoulder. And that's when I told you, like I woke up at 3 a.m. I couldn't handle the pain, just in the hot shower, just blasting hot water.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I ended up going to the hospital like 2 days later because I went to the ER because the pain was that bad. I had like a tear. I had 2 tears in my rotator cuff.
Shit, I was not aware of this because I feel like I was obviously, me, I was always here in Sweatbox the whole time, but like I did not know any of that really happened. But
yeah, it was like 2017 in the summer.
So you were doing boxing and
baseball.
college ball. Oh, okay.
Yeah, baseball, everything. And I wasn't playing for CSI. I was just getting in rhythm again. So I was playing in an adult league with like top older players, but still they're throwing gas.
But they're good.
They're good.
Like if you're trying to get into the sport, like you have to be in this kind of category of people, pretty much.
Exactly. Fashion related. Who's that? Poppies and Bad?
I don't know.
I sound like our Jenna's.
No. This guy, he's 10 smack god. That might be possibly. I'm guessing. No, that's fucking that's Leo. That's Sinbad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see, you get it. Look, it's Poppy Sinbad. There you go. First of all, Leo, you always late.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, this guy's
I tell you to
late,
get there
bro.
sworn at 9 a.m. My man shows up at 9:45.
Bro, son. I'm not even getting into that, bro. Yo, every time he's always late, bro. Yo, he calls the gym every time. He's like, yo, Mikey, I'm about to come through, but like I'm in traffic right now a little bit. I'm like, I mean, I don't really care. I'm not the coach, but thanks for letting us know. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. Every time, and it's always the last hour of the class. This was before like training camp and shit like that. He always calls.
He's polite.
Yeah.
I mean, polite.
That's respect right there. But yeah, you're always late, bro.
So guys, you guys from Sweatbox, just make sure I always start the class 5 minutes within the hour. So get there 10 minutes earlier so you can stretch. Like that, I give you guys, your money's worth.
Where did I hear this at? There's no such thing as being on time. Oh, I was watching. I liked that. I was watching that new Falcon with Winter Soldier. And then he was saying something. He was saying something about you're never on time. You're either always late or too early, and I'd rather be too early. And I was like, "Yep, that's exactly how you do it." Shout out to Fit to Box.
This guy.
Yeah, he's starting early. You starting early, bro. None of that shit bullshit. Good defense and trash offense, or vice versa. I don't even know what they're talking about, but
good defense, because that can win you a fight. You know, there's a lot of fighters that just off good defense win fights. They're boring as hell.
Yeah.
But they're doing the right thing. It's that level of discipline that a fighter has to have, sticking to the game plan, sticking to what works.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the crowd is booing, it's winning you the fight to the judges, you know, like.
Yeah.
So that I will go with good defense and trash offense.
So with the question, guys, let's and everybody in the chat, let's hold off the questions a little bit because I want to get into Alan's journey of him becoming a boxer and a boxing coach, and then we're gonna get into the politics and a lot of the stuff that's going on in the boxing world, and also just like the behind the scenes of what it is to be a boxer and a boxing coach, and then like we'll take questions, and then after like about an hour, we will do a Pokemon unboxing if you want to show the box that you got. So explain what the
exclusive from Japan.
Yeah, we'll get the lighting's gonna get fixed.
Yeah, the lighting's gonna get fixed. But exclusive from Japan, StockX verified. Yeah. I bought it on there. The American version is not even out. This is not gonna, I think, till the summer, but it has a different name. This one is called Matchless Fighters. The other one's been called Chillin' Rain. But I'm hoping to hit that Blaziken just because he's a fighter.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about the whole Pokemon thing
we'll talk about the whole Pokemon card.
And gaming stuff too, because that's another part that we have a lot. We like to talk about, nerd about a lot. That's why that's definitely another part that we're gonna get into. But let's get back to what you were saying earlier. I want to know your journey. Like, how did you even meet like Argenis? How did you get into boxing? What made you get into boxing in the first place?
Definitely.
So like, I guess we can start with just Sweatbox. How did you even run into that?
So,
do you remember?
I remember because I trained with Argenis and Richie's. It was in July. I remember I trained with Argenis and Richie's. I actually started with Joel. Maybe like a week after Joel started, I started.
Wait. At Richie's, Joel was already working with Argenis?
No, not working. He was just starting to train with Argenis.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he was actually starting to train with Argenis. A week later, I joined just because I wanted to pick up boxing again.
Wait, so you that's when you met Joel for the first time?
Yeah, that's what, actually, I know who Joel was because the middle school I went to, he had a rep.
Oh, okay.
So like, and then when I saw him later as like adults,
right.
Like
then you got to actually meet
I was
him.
like, I remember this guy.
Yo, that's some anime shit. Yo.
Yeah, this shit's hilarious.
That's crazy.
So Joel, I've been knowing him since I was like middle school, but he doesn't remember me.
Yeah,
I know him because like everybody, like he held the rep.
Yeah, I mean,
Corona.
Yeah, we already know
Corona.
his bullshit at the gym, so I can't imagine what he was like in fucking middle school, junior high, and all
big
that
ass
bullshit.
kid, bro.
Yeah, but going back to the genesis of everything.
Yeah, so what happened was I remember my dad was actually going to Richie's. I'll go to Richie's just to do weights and stuff because that's what I do with all my baseball stuff.
Right.
But then I stopped because I don't know. I just took some time away from baseball. I remember that semester I took also a semester off of college.
Okay.
So I wasn't going to school. I was just literally doing nothing at home. Like I didn't have a job and shit.
Right.
And I was just like, yo, you know what? I want to pick something up. So I remember my dad mentioning at Richie's there was a trainer, a bald guy. There's actually two bald guys in Richie's. They're like, you're an OG, you know who I'm talking about. That guy Vic, I think, and El Maestro, Argenis.
Yeah.
My dad's like, oh yeah, there's a bald guy that teaches. He's light skinned. He's talking about Argenis.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's really be working and stuff. I was like, all right, so I go. He wasn't there, so I took down the number. I remember.
That's Bloody in the chat, by the way.
Don Cuatro Diaz. That's David, right? That's David?
No, that's not David. I think that's Bloody, honestly.
Yo.
David's David's and Goliath.
Oh yeah.
So,
bro,
yo, you see, they started early.
They
bro.
started early. Where was he yesterday, bro? I couldn't go out, bro. I couldn't go out. Yeah, but
I know on everything he's laughing right now because. All right, we'll get back to that. But yeah, go. What you were saying?
Oh yeah, so I remember calling Argenis, picks up, and I was like, yo, like I want to come in for like, I want to train.
Yeah.
But I didn't do the typical Sweatbox Sunset Park kids that go to the gym like, yo, I want to be a fighter.
Right.
I can't take you serious when you tell me shit like that.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, oh, I want to learn how to box.
Yeah.
My thing was like, I want to learn how to box. He's like, all right, come for this class. It's funny though. You can ask Argenis. I'm not lying. He's like, yo, I swore when you came, I thought I was gonna train an Asian kid.
Oh my god.
And then he's like, for a second, I was like, but then when he told me you're Mexican, I was like, oh shit. But going back to like, I remember training with Argenis, and he told me like how much it was. It was like $100. I was able to go 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit. So I'll go.
How did you feel about that price at the time?
It was great. Yo, I was like $100 3 times a week. I was like, damn. I remember I only had like $400 saved because like that's whatever I had left from like working as a busboy when I was like 14. And I remember I was like, yeah, for sure. Because my mom previously, if you guys don't know, like I tried kickboxing when I was like 16. And there's like UFC gym, me thinking like, it was like I was going to get trained. I didn't know that UFC was a brand. Yeah. You know, this is like being misinformed, where a lot of young kids now are being misinformed about boxing. Yeah. But going back to that, I remember trying doing it. Did it for like 2 months. I trained with this guy named Rafael. He's a pro fighter as well, but it was like $100 a personal training session. I didn't have that kind of money. And it was more of a fitness. Yeah. It was fitness classes. It was nothing really. They were teaching boxing. We were just doing a lot of fitness stuff. Okay. So I left that. I remember my mom getting mad at me because I left it, because with there you had to pay the remaining months you didn't use for the year. You know,
that's the contract that they got you into. Yeah,
bro.
That's, you know what's funny?
That shit hurt. It was $1,000 I had to pay out of my own money because my mom is like, nah, you did not make me waste this money for you. You're not gonna come. Yeah. She didn't understand that I wanted to learn technique. I didn't want to just work out. Yeah. But whatever, that was a learning lesson. And then when I met Janice, my mom's like, I'm not going to help you out because you're going to leave it again.
She didn't believe that you're going to be committed. Yeah. And I mean, I get that, because like, how old were you at the time?
The first time, 16. The second time I came around at Janice, I was 18, just turning 19.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess you're becoming a young adult, so she's just like, yeah, you got to figure that shit out on your own, bro.
And then from there, like, I will go religiously to those 3 days that Janice would let me go. And then from there, he saw like I was committed. And it was like, I'll do body work. And he's like, like a month in, I was like, oh, you're going to spar. Mind you, I'm sparring Joel.
Oh, my God.
Who's also green, doesn't know how to hold his power back. Yeah. I'm right now, I'm light. I'm like 135 pounds. Joel's maybe like 210.
At the time,
At the time, he was a big boy.
Yo, wait. So you telling me that the first sparring match you ever had in your whole life was fucking Joel?
So I sparred previously in that UFC thing because they had like an advanced boxing class.
Okay.
But like the first time like I sparred in like with Argenis and in Richard's gym in that small little box was with Joel. Before I had
Yeah, I wish I could see that clip, yo.
It was.
You know he wanted to take a head off. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, bro, and it's crazy though, like. Seeing old video and then seeing yourself now, you laugh at yourself. Yeah. You're like, yo, I will wash that kid.
Yeah,
yo,
so
I will wash him. But yeah, going back but then sooner or later, I think it was around November, December, I applied back to school. I'm gonna go to school again. But then Jenna's like, yo, you know what? Start coming 5 times a week. He puts me aside. He sees my commitment. And he's like, come 5 times a week. I was like, all right. I was like, dope. I respected his time. And I will go 5 times a week. And then he gave me this confidence. I started sparring more different people.
Nice.
And then he gave me the confidence, like, yo, kid, you ready to fight? And in my head, I was like, damn, he believes in me. Yeah. I believed in myself, but I wasn't fully committed. I wasn't committed. Not that I wasn't committed to make weight or train. I wasn't committed in fighting, thinking I had it. Okay. You know, like, so I remember Joel too. Me and Joel picked up real quick. And then around January, he signs up for the Golden Gloves. I sign up, but then it's my freshman year of college, and I'm like, damn, I'm going to Staten Island.
Oh my God! Wait, so that was actually no way. So the other so Dunn is somebody else.
Oh damn!
So that's definitely Blatty right there. Shout out to Blatty, man, in the chat, man.
Yeah,
sounds good. What were you? Yeah, I'm telling you, they're gonna do that to you today, bro. You know what's funny? I was at the dinner yesterday, and then like obviously you came up in the conversation because they FaceTimed you, but Vladdy's first thing he say, all right, but I'm gonna watch the stream, but I'm gonna be like, where were you yesterday? I'm like, oh shit. And then they're telling me like you gotta ask him that. I'm like, you guys can do it. You know what I mean? Like I could ask him, but like I'm already gonna ask him before the stream.
Yo, the whole stream is gonna be the whole stream's gonna tell me.
We already at 15, which is funny.
Yo,
yeah, we're about to.
We're gonna be talking a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah, but
Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Yo, we got matching.
This is the only real reason I came. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. But
all right, so go back to the let's get
back. So like Argenis here, he believes getting ready to fight. Yeah. Working out was a lot crazy. Now I'm sparring 3 times a week, and I'm like, damn, yo, this is real deal shit. I couldn't eat because Argenis was like, yo, you could make 123 pounds. And I looked at him like, bro, I'm 135. 127, 35 pounds. You want
Get out of here.
Yeah, he's like, yo, you can make 123. And I'm like,
yo, that is mad fucking. That's like life changing body shape right there, bro.
And I was like, nah, I can't. And I ain't gonna lie, that time I hated running. I hated fucking running.
Right.
Dennis would know. He's like been in it. He knows. He's like, you're running, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I bet. So he'll make me do 2 extra rounds, and I'm winded. He's like, yo, you're not running. Yeah. So like he knows if you're in shape or not. You can't lie to the coach. You can't lie to the coach. He'll look at you and he'll tell by just
he could definitely tell you by just looking at you. I feel like at this point in his career, he can just look at you and tell you if you're even just by the way you stand. He probably could tell you if you're bullshitting or not.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been around that circus way too long.
So I remember what happens. Then like in February, he tells me, he's like, yo, like we're gonna fight. So I end up not fighting. This is 2015 entering into 2016. Mind you, I still don't know what our Genesis is gonna open up a gym. Yeah. He hasn't told anybody, but little by little, like he grew this love for me and Joel.
Yeah.
That like he started putting us aside. He believed in us, you know, as like him thinking he was gonna take us to compete. He believed in us. He believed in Joel. Believed in me. And that's like a thank you for like forever.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the 10 Smack.
Yeah, shout out to the 10 Smack God, Genesis. And then he tells me, he's like, we're actually gonna open up a gym. Because I was getting ready to fight, but never in the ring. I was just sparring in that room. So everything I was just like banging most of the time.
Right.
I was
especially, you know, it's interesting to give a little context to people. Like this room that we're in was probably just as about the same size as what fucking Argenis was training people out of.
Exactly.
And imagine like you're doing this with like, first of all,
imagine you used to fit 10 people in that room, bro.
And then do drills in the
room.
Yo.
Body work, bro. That's crazy.
And another thing that's crazy about it, think about this, if you're sparring in a room like this, it's just straight fucking scrapping. So
yo, you're just getting your head just bouncing off walls, bro.
So yeah.
And Janice will be like, yo, another one. You're good for another one.
But yeah, going back to what you were saying.
Yeah, and then he tells me, and he's like, oh, we're gonna have a ring now. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I end up not fighting. I don't do the Golden Gloves. Like I'm in school.
Yeah.
I'm making all these bullshit excuses to myself. Why not gonna fight? Definitely, probably was fear. It was probably fear, and I think it was fear. I think it was disappoint. I didn't want to disappoint.
Right.
No, I didn't want to disappoint anybody. Like mostly our Jennings, because like, damn, you put more time. But I know it still became a form of disappointment because it's like, damn, I invested all this time in you for you not to go execute.
Right.
You know, and that's happened multiple times with me and him. And like that's all been my fault. But going back to like he's telling me about the gym, I go for the grand opening, which was like I think it was in March, the grand opening in March. I go and then I disappear. Like really? I disappear. I went once, I disappeared. Go to school, focusing in school, because my mom is like, yo, you need to focus in school. Stop having these like illusions of like I'm no longer playing baseball because I'm hurt. My shoulder's not recovered, but I'm like to play baseball.
Right.
I'm like, it's my freshman year in college. I'm like, I want to play for college. I want to play baseball. I want to box. And I'm like telling me all bunch of stuff. I get with this girl that like whatever. She's not irrelevant, but she was a big factor why I got away from a lot of things.
Okay.
And then I don't train with our Argenis from March, April, May, June. I come back the ending of July.
Okay.
The ending of July, and this is when IG wasn't IG yet.
Right.
You know, and Argenis is texting me. Like he would not even text me because he didn't have my number. He would try to DM me. DM. There was no even DMs. I'm lying. He would comment on my pictures on IG. He's like, "Yo, what's up, kid? Where you at, kid?" Like, and I wouldn't answer. I don't know what it was. And I think it was just that, like, damn, I felt like I wasted his time. I was like embarrassed, right?
Yeah, you couldn't just show. You
couldn't show my face. I couldn't show my face.
Right.
And then I just go back one day. I go back in like July, at the end of July. I put on some weight. I'm like, maybe now I'm like $160. I'm like $160. Damn. Yeah, I got heavy. And I start training with Argenis. And it's crazy because I start training July, August. I'm just now just getting in shape. And I'm like, damn, how's everything been? Like, he was always trying to get in contact with me, but I was just avoiding it. I was being very avoidant. And then August comes around, September, I get like, I lose my job. Because I was like a bar back, like helping out the bartenders and stuff. Yeah. I'm like 19 years old. Like, I'm going to college. I'm getting home at 3 a.m. The money's great. But like I have to wake up the next day super early because I got to go all the way to Staten Island to school.
Right.
Commute was annoying. And September comes around. remember all my classes were early.
Right.
So this is when the gym used to open up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Now we open at 6, but this is when we used to open up at 7, and there was hourly classes.
Yeah.
So Janice was teaching in the morning. It was a 7 a.m. class, and it was just me.
Right.
He's training me. He's training me in the ring, and just
so this is when. So at this point, you came back to our Janice.
Yeah, I came back to our
was
Janice.
like, yo, come, just work. Let's
yeah,
work,
just
blah,
come.
blah, blah.
Yeah, he's like, just come work.
And knowing I know our Janice enough that he just like, he didn't say anything. He just like, yeah, just work. That's it. Like he didn't bring any comments or anything like that from before. He acted like nothing really changed.
Yeah, it was he took me in again. Like, all right, man. Like, you found your way back to the gym.
Let's work.
Let's go. Let's work. Like, it was nothing personal for him. You know, like it wasn't like he wasn't mad. He was just worried. It was like, yo, where were you? Mm-hmm. So he welcomes me back. Remember that day we're training, and he's like, yo, kid, you're working? And I was like, no, I'm not. And this is when the business started picking up.
Yeah.
Business started picking up. Before, the original trainers is our Janice himself for I don't know how long. And then Joel. I think Julian comes in the picture first, and then Joel comes in the picture. Okay. But then it was them. It was them three. Right. Like all day, just really grinding. That's crazy. And then business started really picking up.
Yeah.
And I remember he tells me, he's like, oh, you're working? And I was like, actually, I'm like, nah, I just quit my job.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not working anymore. And he's like, oh, can you come? And I was like, damn, I'm done with school. Around this time, I could make it back from Staten Island over here at 4.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bet, come at 4. Nice. And from there, I remember it's in September. It's like late September. I'm in like 5 years of working there. I remember I start, and he was just like, I didn't know how to hold mitts. Like, I was just like 1-2, double jab right hand. 1-2 step back, 1-2 go under, like all the stuff I learned from him.
Gotcha.
Right, and my mitts were trash.
I mean, and I wish we had like video of when we first started compared to now, because obviously your mid game is fucking phenomenal now at this point. I'm sure it's gonna keep getting better. And this is actually a good point to segue into my next question, is that what made you decide, like, okay, this is the career that I want to go for? Because I remember we sat down maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago, and you made it very clear to me when we were having conversations. You were like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to really do this as a coach. Like, being a fighter is one thing, but like you're more into the idea of being a boxing coach. And like, what kind of like got you there? Like, what was the defining factor to make you feel like, all right, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
So I'm be honest, like, I will always tell myself that.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't have like that, like, damn, this is really for me till last year, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it was like 2018, 2019. It was like a weird. 2018 was a good year. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I don't know why I didn't appreciate that year. Like, I don't know. I think I was just living. Yeah. 2019 was like a really bad year. Like I'm big. Like, I've always spoken about it, like about my mental health. Like, it was a really like troubling year. Troubling year for my mental health. It was like I didn't understand it. So like, it was so many things. I would tell myself, oh yeah, boxing is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. But it was till last year when I was training people in the park. When I was like,
during COVID, right?
Yeah, during COVID. I was like training people in the park. I was like going to people's homes, backyards, and I'm like, damn, I'm actually pretty good at this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty good at this, and it was the first time I felt I had freedom in the way I taught.
Gotcha.
So, like, how I felt fundamentals was to me, how I understood it, and it was like putting my own sauce in it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is how fundamentals is to me. Because fundamentals to everybody's different.
Yeah.
Like, I understand some people about stance, but every stance is different.
Yeah.
And then that's when I decided to. That's when I decided to just like, damn, this is, you know what? I'm gonna like put more time into this, and I just did. I started putting my stuff on IG. I started putting videos. I recorded myself in my stories nonstop, and people just started messaging me like, oh damn, like, I want to train. And it was like, damn, you guys really believe in me through the video, through the content I'm putting.
It's very hard to see where your level is at, because you're so used to what you're doing versus what people perceive you as. And obviously what people perceive you as is a better definition of what you perceive yourself as, because again, you're so used to yourself you don't take it as serious as what the next person might be, because of course you're so used to it. It's not surprising to you that this is where your level of quality, and you're always striving for better. So it's very easy for us to get lost in this whole concept of like, oh yeah, I'm not really that good, and in all reality you are that good.
And you know what it is?
Yep.
It's because we don't experience what the person is experiencing.
Yeah.
You know, like for us, I'm just training you, right? Like how I feel I should train you. So like I've had clients like that like they train with me. No, weird. Oh yeah. So they don't experience what what the time we're giving them. Like we're not experiencing whatever they're feeling. They're probably like, damn, this guy's really taking his time to explain this to me. Damn, this guy's I came out like really learning something. And for us, that's what it was like for a point for me. That it was like I was just doing it to do it. Like there was no drive behind it.
Right. So you kind of just like telling. So, and it's funny because at the time that you told me about you wanted to do this for serious. So at that time you were just saying it because you just wanted to find the purpose rather than really, really, truly being.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 100%. Like I was just lost. Like I'll keep telling myself, but then I'll go away because I attempted to stream.
Yeah.
I attempted to make music.
Yeah.
I play instruments. So I was like just like so many stuff that I wanted. I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. This, and that. I just didn't know what it was, but it was always boxing.
Yeah.
Or what I've recently discovered is that I think it's more trying to help people, like, you know, have an impact in somebody's life. So that's why like podcasts I like doing. I like streaming and talking about like Pokemon and like about anything, or even in boxing. Like I like always talking about boxing, of like how it helps people.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what drives me now.
I think in any level of craft or professions, a big shout out to Angel for that. He said he learned a lot from you.
Yo, thank you, brother.
I think a lot of what was I saying? I think with like when we're working at whatever hard craft that we're doing, whether it's like boxing, you know, boxing coach, or me as a DJ, or whatever it is, like if you pursue anything in your life, like you want to devote your life to do a certain craft, you really have to ask yourself, what is the reward out of that, right? Because I feel like, especially, and you know, hearing from your perspective in your journey and getting into boxing coach, you know, this is all normal. Like you trying different things, you know, being young at 21, like, and then also trying to like kind of beat yourself up because you have all these expectations of yourself. Like these are all very normal, but you also got to give yourself a little bit of credit because you're still young. You still got to figure. This is the point of you being a 21-year-old trying to figure out what you want in life. So don't get upset if you give up on something because you have this idea where like, oh, I have to show that I'm dedicated to something and I have to show loyal to it. And that's actually kind of very toxic mentality. But anyway, at the end of the day, it has to be rewarding, you know, and like, I think that's what's good that you identify that, because if you don't have that aspect of the reward, there's no reason, like, and you know, when I say reward, it's not like financial things. It could be anything. It could be something like you see the kids being more happy, or, you know, seeing people, like for me, when I make people dance, like that's literally what I do it for, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that factor, then you shouldn't pursue that career or that craft at all, because then you're just going to be miserable. I think that's what made you realize, because before you were just doing it because you wanted to have a title. We're as people, human beings, we're so obsessed with being individual and that we're doing something with our lives, not realizing that that's not the right way of thinking things. You have to let things naturally come to you and you figure out what you really want to do, rather than like, you know, and it's so stupid, right? Like when we're kids.
Going to that.
Yeah.
My bad for cutting you off. There's this movie called Soul that I recently saw.
Oh yeah, perfect example.
And it was like, just because you have a spark doesn't necessarily mean that's your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was my thing. There was like a lot of times that like I found sparks. Like I was a pro player playing video games, playing FIFA, thinking that was my spark. Like, damn, I'm gonna play an esport. How I can like continue growing, and becoming a better player to get signed. This is my spark. Gaming is my thing. Just because I was really good at it. And I stepped away from boxing because of that. Because I was like, I would ask cardigenously, I can't work so many days. because I was just gaming and investing time and being a pro gamer.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that you even said that to him.
Yeah, like well, I told him I had school, but now he knows. It was like if he's watching now he knows. Now it was just
this fucking pig.
It was really just because I needed more time to game and stuff.
Yeah,
like
funny.
I remember there was times like events, tournaments. I'll wake up like I had school the next day at 9 a.m. I'll wake up at 5 in the morning and play those games because they just for I can like be ranked and stuff. Like I was really committed to this.
Yeah.
And then going back to that, just like I thought that was my spark. I'm like, this is your purpose.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't. And same, I find a spark with music. Like I went to college for music. I'm not applying my degree, but I went to college for music. I play the guitar. Like that's my main. I play 6 different string instruments, and then like the pianos, like I just fuck around with. But music I thought was my spark because I was like really writing poetry, and then like I was like, damn, this I'm really good at this as well. I'm like, this is my purpose. And I'm like, and again, I step away from boxing. I don't put as much time. I just go do my job, teach, and I'm out. Not pushing anything else, like to create a foundation of being a trainer. It was just a job. And then music, I get, not that I get bored of it, I step away, I find my way back into boxing.
It's crazy how boxing was always there.
Yeah, it was
no matter
always
what.
there.
It was
no matter what.
Yo, that was that shorty that never.
that
never really.
That was that. Boxing's
boxing's
been the sport. It's like that girl that's just waiting for you to get your shit together. You know, like
that's crazy.
And she's just waiting. Like, all right, you know what? He's gonna come around again because he's gonna figure out I'm the one.
Yeah.
And I think that COVID showed me that for the boxing because I was out training people nonstop.
Right.
And I was like, damn, boxing held me down. Like boxing, and like going back to that, like a girl, like when I didn't have no money, the gaming was just there. It wasn't providing for me anything but stress, like anxiety. Forget about it.
Right.
Music, same thing. Stress, anxiety. I didn't know how to write. I didn't know what to write. I didn't know. I'm like, this doesn't sound good.
Right.
But with boxing, no matter how many times I went, there was always development.
So this is the part that I want to ask you about real quick. So I think the point over here, what I really want to like highlight is that you can't choose what you can't. There's definitely a factor of yourself and choosing onto something and what you want to do the rest of your life. But like, I feel like at the end of the day, like what really is gonna stand out strong to you, and then really your calling, is almost like it's just kind of given to you, and you have to like really kind of roll with it, right? Because I truly believe that people are just meant to do certain things in life. And whether it's not specifically that one thing, like maybe you weren't meant to be like specifically a boxing coach, but you needed to be a teacher of an athletic sport, right? So regardless of the point is, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like people get caught up too much being like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. Like going back to what I was saying earlier, it's funny how kids in kindergarten be like, yeah, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a firefighter. I'm like, you don't know nothing about what that is. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like, why would you choose that? Why would you choose that? And it's just like, you know, society, and then like society, you know, normalization and like all, you know, conditioning. That's a whole nother subject. But like, this is where I feel like a lot of times you have to really just let things come natural and really just let that shit speak to yourself, and you start to really gotta observe more outside rather than inside of what really is good for you. But you're gonna say something? Yeah,
actually going to that. You know what it is sometimes people know what your calling is, or they know what's good for you. And that was my thing with my mom. Because my mom, like, would always tell me, she would be like in Spanish, like, oh, papi, vas a ser maestro. Like, you know, saying, yo, you're going to be a teacher.
Be a teacher.
And I was like, hell no. I hate school. I hate teaching. I hate this and that. But I didn't know what teaching was at that time. Or even as I got older, she's like, oh, you're going to be a teacher. My thing is teaching studies, you know, like a book, all this stuff. Hey, yo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yo, whoever the fuck that is, man. That's definitely somebody we know, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that might be Hugo.
That ass freaking Hugo. Now, I think his
fucking spaghetti noodle. Fuck out of here, yo.
And it was just that. My mom would always tell me, like, oh, you're going to be a teacher. And I was like, nah, you're crazy. Never.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people don't know, before anything, I coached the baseball team before, like a young baseball team, when I was like 17, 16 years old. Then from there, I started working for an LLC that that was called Sunset Scholars.
Okay.
So I was tutoring ESL
Right.
to like older people.
Oh shit.
Right there in Center for Family and Life. That's what I was doing, and everything teaching, right?
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I told you. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna give you the reason.
Yeah.
So now I basically quit the
that.
job, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And then boxing, I'm a teacher. I'm teaching something, the sweet science.
Yep.
And I think it was just that. Like, I didn't want to give my mom the reasoning of doubt. Like, yeah, you were right the whole time. But that's what I'm good at, and that's what I love doing. I love teaching.
Yep. And you know what's crazy? You did it. What's interesting about your situation is that you didn't really intentionally mean to become a boxing coach, or that was going to be your lifelong passion.
Yeah.
You know, one of the challenges in life is you picking up a craft or you picking up a sport, and you want to do it as early as possible in your lifetime, because then you have more time to devote to it and become more of a master of it. You know, in your situations, which are really unique, you picked it up at a good age. You know, when did you first start becoming a boxing coach, more or less? Like
19.
Look at that, 19, bro.
Yeah, I'm only 24.
What pro boxing coach started at 19? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's not that many. You know what I mean? If not, and we'll get into that too, because there's, you know, we'll get into the whole politics of boxing and professional boxing. But you started at 19, essentially. So that means from the time that you was 19, starting your career as a boxing coach, to just imagine when you get to like 50 to 60. You know what I mean? Of course, you're going to be doing certain things differently because of your body and stuff like that. But imagine how much knowledge you're going to have from that compounded, all that fucking information and all that experience from that time, from 19 to all the way to that point. Like, you're going to be phenomenal. And then you have that leverage, because why? You started at such a young age, where a lot of these guys, and you, I'm sure you can agree with this, like a lot of these boxing coaches started after their boxing career. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they have a lot of knowledge and they have a lot of experience, and they have some things that, you know, you may not, people that are boxing coaches without fighting, you know, they don't have a word.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
Are you planning to fight?
Yeah,
anytime?
so
because I've seen you've been on
I've
the
been sparring. I've been sparring a little more.
Yeah.
I've been training with the guys. The thing is, it's my work schedule. So,
it's challenging.
But this week, me and Jason switched stuff around.
Nice.
You know what's very thing, scheduling your time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when it's time for boxing, when it's time for your friends, your family.
Yeah.
I sat down today. I did everything I needed to do.
Nice.
And I think tomorrow I'm gonna be training with you guys. Yeah. With Eric.
Yeah. I'm closing this week. Well, I'm actually closing this week, so I'm gonna be with our Genesis.
So
guys.
I was trying to figure out the schedule. Like, Mondays I'm gonna be able to train with Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays I can't in the morning, or in Eric, you know, can't because he trains. So I'll be training myself.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday sparring with our Genesis. It's always good because he knows what he gives you. Like, all right, this is what you got to, you know, take from the sparring.
Mm-hmm.
Take this and like really work on that for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And like really drill that to your mind that's what you need to work on.
And this is a perfect segue, because I wanted to get into the reality of boxing a little bit. But real quick, I just want to end it on this note. Just the whole subject of, you know, the whole story of how you started and everything. You know, I'm happy that you found your calling, and that you actually, you know, decided to go with what you originally said, that you're going to be a pro boxing coach. I really hope you continue this, because I see the talent that you have already and the dedication. And if you do this for the, you know, from now to then, you're going to be successful, 100% down. So I want you to keep continuing on. I really appreciate your work, and I appreciate your dedication. And I just want to let you know, like, keep going for it.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
thank
of course,
you,
man.
thank
And
you.
I definitely want to see.
You.
I definitely better see some fucking you know, pro boxers under your, you know, in your
that's
stable
like
soon.
long-term goal. You know, and then going back to the fighting stuff is like one thing I always tell me, and like a lot of people that tell me, like, damn, Alan, you know how to hold your own. You're ready to fight, bro. Like, yo, Isra, what's up? And it was like,
shout out to Israel, man.
my thing was more of like, damn, I have all this boxing IQ as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I get there's the whole thing of like being a coach. Sometimes great coaches aren't good fighters aren't good coaches,
right,
etc. But shout out to my boy Eric. One thing he told me was like, if you're gonna fight, do it for yourself. Like, don't do it to try to prove anybody wrong.
Right.
Don't try to do anything to prove a point. If you're gonna fight, you gotta do it for yourself. You know, do it because you want to do it, and do it for yourself. And it's true, guys. You know, if you're gonna fight, really do it for yourself. And just because you could really get hurt, You know, like if you're trying to prove a point, you're trying to make somebody proud.
Yeah.
You go in with the mindset in the ring of like, damn, I'm doing it for this person, that you forget you're in there to also survive.
Yeah.
You know, like the other person, if they're going in there with the only mentality is I want to hurt them,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going in there like, damn, I want to make so and so proud, or if I win, this person's gonna tell me this. Nah, you got to go in there and fight.
Yes.
You know, and that's where I had to do like change that mindset, because my thing was I wanted to prove a point. Like, damn, I can hold my own. Like, I'm not just only a coach.
Right.
But now I'm in the mindset of like, nah, I'm just fighting for myself.
I think essentially that's what's important about, you know, martial arts or any sport, you know, combat sport, is that like, I think one of the main things is like, as human beings, we're always trying to like prove ourselves. So like if you're a street dude, you're always trying to prove yourself, trying to be a tough guy all the fucking time, right? But I feel like with martial arts and all these other things, you prove yourself so much in the gym or in the dojo so much that proving yourself mindset, you know what I'm saying? And that actually I think falls into Stoic philosophy. But anyway, it's just that kind of like you don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean? Like you're not worried about that. And it's really important. You don't worry about stupid shit like that, like about what people think about you or what you know, what people perceive you as, because that's just wasted energy. You should be focusing, like you said, on yourself. You do it for yourself. You have your own reasons. For me, example, I never thought about competing for like the longest time. I actually started thinking about competing right before when COVID started. So that time that I came back from Japan, I was gonna approach Argenis like, hey, I want to try to compete this time, you know, but that obviously didn't happen because COVID. So that's why, you know, yo, what's good, bro?
Hey, Mauro.
Oh, that's Mauro.
God,
yo, big shout out to Mauro, man.
My man, the G.
Yo,
Hey.
But yeah, so so for me at least, you know, I come from a situation where like so to give a little bit of context why I even got into boxing, I used to have to fight a lot when I was younger. And it's no surprise. Like, I'm an Asian kid in New York City. People straight up always have problems with me for no reason. And, you know, obviously that's another subject I'm not going to get into what's going on nowadays, but he said he do it for the shorties. Hey, man. Hey, listen,
who is that?
I don't know, but you know what? I'll tell you this much. You're definitely going to get shorties doing that. But
yo, this is not Big Mike.
Yo, of course, Big Mike, yo, Big Mike, you gotta take your shirt off, bro.
Yo, Big Mike, yo, pull up with the Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Yo, Big Mike is gonna be over here shirtless, holding the Pokemon cards, passing me the packs.
And just to answer your question, Mauro, we discussed that a little bit earlier. So he, you know, he kind of boxing actually just found him, and it's been always around. And he realized that's where he needs to be at, and also the reward is what's his passion that fuels it is just him helping people at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so.
definitely that is like helping people and that thank you. You know, not in a form of like entitlement where I feel like, oh, you gotta give me a thank you. Never. I'm not that person.
It's not genuine.
No, it's that like I'm just like distracted speaking to somebody else. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm speaking to somebody just about boxing, right? Like they're asking me, I'm helping them out, and then like from back here, somebody taps me and they're like, recently happened like 2 weeks ago. Shout out to you, bro, and him like really telling me, he's like, Alan, like you don't understand how much I appreciate your time. Like there's times out of work that I take time out of work to come here and like I forget about everything, and it's like it's thanks to you, you know, that like that hour that you guys give me, like it's like the best time of my day. It's my favorite day of the day. And I was like,
and how can you not get you cannot
like
be
and
happy about that?
and just looking at him, and I'm like, damn, bro, you say one more thing, I'm gonna start crying. Yo, and it's like it's things like that. Like I'm a very emotional person, you know. Like I'm very not necessarily sensitive, but I'm very emotional with things like that, because it's like it's like damn, you know. And the only reason I put so much time and passion in helping people out is because I don't know if you ever been there, but being in that position where you felt like you needed that extra, like, yo, you got this.
Yeah.
Or like, yo, I care for you.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then I grew up in a form that like there was times I needed that. I needed just to hear like, yo, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna be all right. And then that's why I every day, like, yo, it could be a day they didn't understand anything. Like they struggled, but I was like, you know what? You're gonna be all right, man. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow's a new day. And that's how boxing is. Tomorrow's always a new day. It's a new day to learn.
So real quick, let's get into what it takes to be a fighter, because I think a lot of people see boxing and they see people fight, competitions, but you never see what it takes and what the pain and torture you have to go through to even be considered. You could even consider fighting. I want to get down to the workouts, what's expected of you in terms of like dieting and weight? What's different? What's the differences between the sport of boxing and then, you know, traditional sports like, you know, baseball or football, whatever it is? And then we'll get into the politics in a little bit too. I think that was a good way to segue what's wrong and what's right in the boxing world. But getting in that ring is something you can't explain. I believe that. Thanks, man. Okay, but yeah, so let's start with straight up, just if somebody, like, let's say I come to you, I'm ready to fight, and you see me that I'm, you know, what are the factors before all right, let's just say before you even consider me to fight, what are you looking in me, you know, just taking a random example, like what do you expect from me to even consider me as a competitor?
Definitely attitude.
Okay.
You know, like if you come in like, I want to fight, I'm ready to fight, and like this happens a lot. Where
Super
people,
red flag, by the way.
Yeah, like
real quick before you get into that, if you come to a boxing gym, do not ask when can I fight right off. Like if your intentions is just to fight right away,
my God,
yeah. Yeah. Yo, I told you, you're gonna hear that all night, bro. You're gonna hear that all night, bro. I already could tell Bladdy's just looking at the phone or whatever he's looking at the screen. He's just shaking his head. But
yo, Big Mike, they're not talking about you, bro. But basically what Big Mike said.
But yeah, so where was I before we saw that? Do you remember?
The way, like, you know.
Oh yeah, so
you can't just come in.
Don't come to the gym talking about you want to fight right off rip, because that's not the right intention.
No, Jen has got to a point where he said he's just gonna throw you in with our best fighter, and you got to do 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds. If you can't do it, that's it. You can't fight. Bro. But honestly, what it is, it's the attitude that some of these kids bring. They forget that. They forget that you can't just go in there and go and want to spar, like, you know. And we're not that gym where we're just gonna throw you in there. Not one is only gives a bad reputation, is you could really hurt yourself. Yeah. You know.
So aside, and then you want to elaborate more on attitude, or is there any other factors?
Like attitude is just like, you know, you come in with this like form of arrogance.
Right.
Like guys don't come in here like, cool, we could have like 10-15 street fights.
Yeah,
that's cool, but it's not the same thing.
I never get that. I never get why people
bring it up.
Bring up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I fought in the street before. I'm like, yo, fighting in the street is nothing even relatively close to what our combat sports is like. But yeah, we get that. I want to fight right off the rip. People say, oh yeah, I have fighting experience in the streets and stuff like that. What other attitudes do you feel like is a red flag for you?
As like the way we work in the gym is like, you know, we let them take a class.
Yeah.
Class is it's important to me, not only because it shows the level of discipline you have within an hour period.
Yeah.
You got to remember, when you're training with the fight camp, you've seen it, I've seen it. You're not training off time. You're training off the work that starts. It has to be finished. Yeah. You know. Your name should be Pop-Tart solved in the middle.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But the thing is, it's that. You're not training, all right, I'm going to train for 2 hours, 1 hour. This is the mindset of just because you're in the gym 3 hours, you're working hard. No, that's bullshit. You go in there, you get there, and you work what is needed to be done. You know, if our dentist tells you got to do 10 rounds of bags, you got to spar 5 rounds, in total 15 rounds. Mm-hmm. No matter how long it takes you, you better do that.
Right.
You know, but that's why I look in. I let them like work out for an hour, because it shows that level of discipline of how focused are you going to be to take instruction.
So people you see, sometimes you'll see people doing the workouts, they're either complaining or they're not even trying. Like I feel like I see a lot of times people give up on things. I'm like, but you're just letting yourself think that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a mind thing rather than actually doing it, because there's so many people that are younger or older that are able to do it on their first try, and like, why? What makes you so different? You know what I'm saying?
So that's like that form of attitude, like attitude, like and it comes from that. Like, you know, sometimes a lot of these guys come in talking about street fighting and stuff, and they think it's gonna be the same. No, now there's form. Now you have to stand a certain way. Yo, the funniest thing that's always happens is with the weights, the shadow boxing. As soon as I tell them,
they get.
It's the just like funniest thing ever. Like that's my favorite thing.
And don't you love it when they go for the heaviest one every time? I tell people like, yo, don't like when I get free trials to come in the gym. I'll be like, yo, just grab the light ones. Like, don't worry about it. Like, and then they just still go for the green ones. I'm like,
you
all
know,
right, man. Like, go ahead, enjoy it.
No, that's ego. You know,
Yeah.
it happens all the time. I'm like, all right, grab a set of weights. I recommend you
They
grab
just be like
grab
this.
the pink ones.
They just be like this. Every fucking time. They be in the gym 3 hours and they spend 30 minutes alive.
30
Oh, man,
30
yo.
minutes wrapping their hands, 30 minutes looking at the floor.
Oh my God, yo!
Putting the words in.
We're actually we're gonna. That's actually.
Chair.
And yo, and I'm glad you brought that up,
Oh,
Ten Smack
shit.
God, because I'm gonna bring into like we're gonna talk about pet peeves as a coach, but we'll get into that in a little
Oh,
bit. But yeah,
shit.
because there's so much
Yeah.
that we could talk about. But yeah, so people picking up the heavy weights, they fucking
Yeah, that's funny because it's like it happens all the time. They grab the green weights.
yeah,
They think they're gonna within a round if you're doing uppercuts, straight punches, 1-2s,
yeah,
double jab, cross. They're like, oh damn. They come to me and they're like, oh, can I switch the weights?
yeah,
And in my head, I'm laughing and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, switch the weights to the pink weights. And even then, they're like dying.
yeah.
But it's different things that Dennis knows. He's always talking about muscle endurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that's big on boxers. It's two different things of being, I'm big on that. One
Right.
thing about looking strong, another one of actually being strong.
So
know?
that's and let's still elaborate on what do you think is what's required from a fighter, or like you choose a fighter. So like let's talk about like strength. Like, do you feel like physical appearance is important? And like
Actually, it's not. There's this one fighter that like I really like.
yeah,
I've been following him for a while. He recently fought maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This thing is called Vaquero.
okay,
Even Mikey Garcia, like there's certain fighters that look chubby, look chunky, look
right.
they don't have the chiseled body, they're not ripped.
Skinny as a twig
Yeah,
sometimes too.
skinny as a
Yeah.
twig,
Yeah,
but they pack a punch. They're great fighters, they're great
they
boxers.
take a hit too on top
And
of
they
that.
can take a look. They can take a hit, and that's the whole thing about looking strong and then actually being strong. So for me, I'm not big on physical appearance
Right.
because there's some guys that have gone to the gym who are skinny as hell and they just crack. Look at
Right.
Uzi.
Yeah.
That kid is skinny as hell.
Yeah, he
but
doesn't look like a guy that has
cracks.
power, but
Yeah.
but when you hit the bags and you see him hit people do body work, you can tell there's a little bit power behind him.
Mhm.
Big shout out to Uzi, by the way.
Uzi.
What makes a Mexican fighter dominate fight weight?
Corona, bro. And tequila.
Tequila, bro. But yeah. Oh, by the way, Chad, just we'll get into more questions later on. We got. Nobody's face is strong. That's true. That's true facts. You could be mad brolic all over the place, but your face gonna get knocked out.
We got to get a Genesis on the podcast one man. That man has stories, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give a
He
little
can't even make
promo.
them up.
He has a podcast coming up with some people,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not gonna even. I don't want to put any information out there
Yeah.
till they say it's okay. But definitely check out for 10 Smack Guy. He got a podcast coming up. You definitely gotta check out for that. That's gonna be a lot of shit talking. Good shit talking too.
Yo, Genesis is probably the funniest person to talk with.
Yeah, but going back to so again, so as a matter of fact, let me backstep a little bit. As you aspiring to be a full real deal boxing coach, pro boxing coach, right? What are your factors to find this is the person that I want to train and this is the person that I want to try to take it to the pro level? Like, what are you looking for? You said attitude, right?
Yeah, commitment.
Nothing about physical appearance, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
Is there any other things that you're looking for when you're
Commitment.
Commitment, right?
Commitment, and it's big on what are you doing. Like me and Eric always talking about this, and like I had this mindset when I used to play baseball. Like what are you doing when nobody's looking at you? Like what amount of work are you putting when you're not being told
to.
Yep. And that's like what you see a lot now, that a lot of people put in the work when somebody's just like when you have a crowd, when somebody's staring at you, you're willing to put in all the work.
When you think it's time to work out, when you don't realize you should be doing it all the time.
And putting in the work doesn't necessarily mean working out.
Yeah. Just because the coach says you're done doesn't mean necessarily.
It's how are you eating? What
Yeah.
are you doing? What are you doing on your spare time? Are you watching more boxing?
Right.
Are you understanding your mistakes? Are you thinking back what during your workout you were doing wrong, or what like our Genesis kept telling you to like, yo, do this. Like
Right.
that's what you should be doing when nobody's looking.
Yeah. So as a coach, you're basically quietly looking for these factors.
Yeah.
You obviously don't mention that because once you mention that's not really genuinely from that person's personality. That's just them always showing face because you said you're supposed to be working out, even though I said you're done. So it's attitude, the dedication, the commitment, nothing about physical appearance. what else do you feel like is any other things that you feel like that really required to become a fighter versus anything else before we get to the next question?
There's one thing that like I say you can't teach. Like even our Genesis has always said it. You can't teach heart.
Okay.
You know, so that's the hardest thing to know. You know, like that once you throw them in there multiple times, then you're just like, nah, this motherfucker got heart.
Right.
Like no matter what, he's getting hit with some shit, or like he'll have a bad day, but comes back the next day, works twice as hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy too, because I see some people get washed and they'll never come back, and then there's some people that get washed and they don't let that phase them.
Yeah, you know, and then that you gotta respect. You know, that's why I never say like there's no necessarily bad fighters, because not anybody wants to go in and get hit.
Yeah,
like, who really wants to get in there and get hit in the face?
Yeah, man, getting punched in the face is not the funnest shit at all, especially getting hit really hard in the face too. On top of that, having your jaw fucking the
worst thing I ever had was getting my eardrum popped.
Oh, I didn't even
bro,
actually we'll get into injuries and all that type of stuff too. I think that's a good subject. All right, so let's just say everything's valid. You got a potential guy, checks all the list off. You're ready to train. What do you expect that fighter to do in terms of training?
So one thing I'm big on conditioning. I'm big on conditioning. Just because I've done it. Like I know, if you know, like out of conditioning, like I know a lot. About like agility, a lot of speed drills.
Okay.
For me, like I'm not big on like weight training. I'm not the most informed one, but for conditioning, it's different. I try to apply different things, especially depending on the sport explosiveness. And like I've done it when I was coaching the baseball team. So I'm big on how conditioned they are, and if you know, like our Genesis has been doing it like with all the guys, is he's trying to get your conditioning to a point where when it's time to teach, you can keep that level of learning and also working out at a high level.
Wait, say that again? Say that last part again?
All right, so one thing is being really conditioned to a point where you can do things that our Genesis is going to start teaching you guys, that it's at a high level that your mind is thinking, but your body's working as well.
Right.
So it's one thing when your body's just working. Now another thing is when your mind, everything is working.
I get what you're trying to say.
The fatigue is completely different. You know, the tired you're gonna get is not the same of you just sprinting. Now, like you're probably gonna be sprinting and then drills on drills, the same thing over and over.
It's like almost to the point your body really can't do it anymore.
Yeah. You know, like it breaks, that form of break.
And how are you gonna learn if you can't execute, if you don't have the tool, the basic tool of conditioning to even perform these moves, right? Because I just know this based on experience. Like, I've been doing this for a long time, and conditioning is definitely not my strongest point. Of course, now it's I'm working on it now because I'm trying to compete, whatever. But like, I know from my experience, I could have all the fucking tricks in the book. I could do all this stuff. I could have power. I could do all this. I could knock somebody out. But like, if I can't do it to the second, third round, all that shit is gone.
And you know what that is? That's big on, like what Janice always, like recently we were talking about when he said he was sparring, is seeing things, and he's like, he sees them, but he doesn't do them because he knows he's not conditioned to do it.
Gotcha.
Like he's not fast enough. Maybe he won't react quick enough, or it'll land, but it'll take a lot from him. And so that's a lot of things. Like nowadays, like it's happened to me too. Like first time sparring, I'm like, I'm gonna try to do certain things, and I'm winded.
Right.
I'm like, like shit, So if you're not conditioned, you can't do things that you want. Like, so let's take a lot of energy from you.
So knowing that, what are your regimen for conditioning?
Definitely run.
So like let's talk about numbers.
It's just simple as that.
I want people to get super context so they know how fucking rough this is.
So Dennis usually wants you, and I will want you to do 20 to 25 miles a week. Yeah, that's shit. 20, 25 miles a week.
So you got to average at least like 80 to 100 miles a month.
Yeah, 80 to 100 miles a month. Just the way I've seen it now that I started doing, or I've done a couple of times, or I know people and I've done my research, is some people go for long runs, like 7 miles, 8 miles.
Okay.
And then do a 5K as fast as you can.
Okay.
This I took notes from. There's a client I know who runs marathons. Biking. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into the biking because it's something I picked up. Yeah. But going back to that is there's a client who I train who's run multiple marathons.
Okay.
So I took kind of his regime of like how he gets in shape, how he gets strong legs, being able to what's a marathon, like 20 plus miles or something.
It's like 20. It's like 20, almost to 25. I think about something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah. So basically, a whole week is one sitting, pretty much. Yeah.
So what they do, what he was telling me is you go for a long run.
Mm-hmm.
You rest for a day, then you go for a fast run. And don't think just because you're doing 5K, it's quick. No, it takes a lot from you.
Okay.
You know, like trying to do a 5K, which is I think maybe 3.5 miles, a 5K. So it's 3.5 miles. You want to run it as fast as you can.
Right.
26 Dennis said 26 for the week. He said
26 either the week or the marathon. I think
oh,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. Running. Another thing that I like is swimming. But unfortunately, right now, I don't know about any swimming pools.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people know how to swim.
And we don't have access to it, not like other places in the
Mhm.
country, because you know, just we don't, you know, New York is very expensive, so to facilitate that costs money and stuff like that, so it's not even, you know, easy to get that. But okay, so going back to numbers, so you're doing 25 a week. How many? So if I'm doing 25, how should I spread that out throughout the week?
So like if you do the long run, that's 7 miles.
Okay.
If you do that, you do the 5K, that's 3.5. So you're ready. So 2 runs already within the week have you at 10.5.
So I
could do that twice. So you do that twice a week. You're at 23.5. You're at 21 miles.
Interesting. So do you feel like it's more? I run negative 25 a day. You run to the fridge. You run to your fridge with a bodega.
Big Mike said you run negative 25 a day.
Yo, all right. Yo, even with Big Mike, we still fucking clown him. He's not even. That's my man. He's not even here.
He's not even here.
Yeah, we still clowning him.
It's probably outside your door.
All right, so it's okay for me to pick 2 days out of the week as long as I'm getting my mileage in, more or less. It's
so
not
like you should run at least 4 times.
Okay.
4 or 5 times a week.
Okay.
Definitely never run before sparring. Some people do that. Like, don't, because you'll have no legs, you know. And then when you're like you can't move, you get mad at because you get hit with some shit.
Shout out to Eric. He makes us do that shit. He makes us fucking sprint.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, I know what he's doing. So that's
words
cool.
by me. He at the pool. Eric is still at the pool. Oh no, Big Mike.
Whatever, Big Mike. Yeah, Big Mike was supposed to pop up yesterday. He didn't.
But then again, it does build like, you know, I'm big on that whole thing about building character. It does build character if you go run and then you spar. Because you have no legs and you gotta stay there and fight.
Yeah,
you gotta stay there and fight.
So you say you don't recommend it doing before sparring.
Oh yeah.
If not, the coach says it.
Yeah,
right?
you know, like unless like the coach say, like, I guess run and spar. We're gonna be sparring within the team.
Yeah.
Cause you know, if you're in the team, you don't have bad intentions to try to take your partner out. You know, that's your stablemate.
Yeah.
But like, I guess when other gyms start coming in, not really, because sometimes that play gives a bad look.
Yeah.
You know, more of like the other gym comes with like, oh damn, my fighter came and watched this fighter, but nah, our fighter's just tired. He has no legs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same.
Yeah. So,
and then they stay with that highlight until they come again, and then me as a coach, I was like, all right, now I'm gonna throw you my guy with fresh legs.
Actually, yeah. So let's talk about that. So if I'm not trying to spar a run before a spar, right? Let's talk about how many times you're supposed to spar in a week getting ready for a fight. What do you think? What do you think?
3 times. 3 times a
mandatory.
week. Mandatory 3 times a week.
Okay. So basically, we have 5 days. We have 7 days in the week. You're supposed to spar 3 times. So out of those 3 times that you're sparring, in between those days, you should be running, essentially.
Yeah, you should. And the only reason, this is more for guys, look, because the whole question has been about what I look for a person who's gonna fight. So that means you've never fought and you're looking to get your first fight.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna happen, because you need to get that experience of those jitters of just like, I'm everywhere, I'm on the most wanted list, I'm still mad, Marvel Comics overlooked me. But you need a spar lot just because you need to get that experience in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've never been in a fight, you've never been in an environment where people are around watching you.
Yeah.
I remember when the last time I fought, there was a week, like 2 weeks before I fought, like Argenis made me spar 4 times that week. I remember it was a Friday. Remember my man Jonathan comes in. He's like the light one. He's a lot lighter than he's fast.
Yeah, Martinez. Yeah.
And I'm just like, Argenis like, oh, you're gonna spar, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm tired. I told him, I was like, I'm tired, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you're gonna fight, you gotta spar.
He doesn't give a fuck about
He's like,
that.
you don't care if you're tired. He's like, you gotta spar.
Yeah.
And then, but it made all sense. It made a lot of sense after, because it's like, damn, I've never fought before, so I'm supposed to be getting rounds and rounds, all this experience, rounds and rounds, to lose that jitter of, all right, listening to him when he calls for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is. If you're looking to fight for the first time, expect to spar a lot.
So 3 times a week. So let's count it back up. 3 times a week, and then in between the days that you're not sparring, you're running.
Yeah, you're running.
And that's aside from the training that you're doing. So the days that you are running, what kind of let's give context of what you're doing in a 2 hour, 1 hour, or 1 to 2 hour training time. So what do you now, let's say after they're doing the running on the sparring, what are they doing the actual training? What are you having them do?
All right, so yeah, actually, this is all like I've learned throughout time. I used to think, honestly, this goes for a lot of the young guys. I used to give a lot of pad work.
Yeah.
A lot of pad work. And it was like, it became unnecessary because it was just like, damn, all this pad work for what?
Right.
And what I took during quarantine was drills, because I had to learn how to effectively use my arms because I didn't have heavy bags.
Yeah.
So I definitely now 6 rounds of shadow boxing.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna start. You know, you get in there, obviously jump rope, or if you're coming from or you're coming from a jog.
Yeah.
But 6 rounds of shadow boxing.
And how many minutes is that?
I personally,
3 minutes. 3
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, of course, 3 minutes. 6 rounds of shadow boxing, 3 rounds, 30-second break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little different. I don't give drills in between.
Okay.
I do give that rest period.
Okay.
You know, everybody's trained different. You know, Genesis makes you work throughout the whole time.
Non-stop.
For me is 6 rounds of shadow boxing. You get your 30-second break. Just for you could, like, that's when I explain to you, you know, what you need to work on, what you're doing. Maybe if you're 2 inches down, your hands are 2 inches down, or you're like leaning forward. I give you that quick tip.
Yeah.
I'm big on like 2 rounds of no punching. Okay. Because that level of discipline, how committed are you? Are you gonna stay focused throughout the whole time of not wanting to throw?
Yeah.
And then from there, combinations we need to work on. Into wraps and gloves, I do mid work. Before I used to do like a lot of mid work. Now I do about 4 or 5 rounds of mid work. 5 rounds on the heavy bag, and then 3 rounds to cool off on the double end.
And more or less every round is 3 minutes.
Yeah,
so
every round is 3 minutes.
Okay.
You know, every round is 3 minutes. No, like, I'm not doing minutes, but every round is 3 minutes. As you guys can see, Jenny's arms be on fire. When I see him train you guys, non-stop breaks. He's doing about 15 3-minute rounds with the 30-second break, which is like, damn, that's wear and tear on the body.
Real quick, shout out to Mercenary Mills joining the chat, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, that's Alec, by the way.
Hey, Alec, what up, Brody?
Yeah, so all right, so we're doing, and how many rounds in total for everything?
Maybe
like
6. Let me see if I can do math. 6, 11, maybe like 18.
Okay, 18 rounds. So 18 rounds, shadow boxing, a little bit of pad work, drills, blah, 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 right? Then you got to do 25 miles a week. And then you got to spar 3 times a day.
Yeah. Not 3 times a week. Yo, imagine 3 times a day.
Yeah, you're going to be
brain damage,
you're going to be dead by the time fights come. So basically, if you consolidate all of that, you're doing almost 6. You can spread that out in 6 days? Yeah. More or less?
Yeah.
So 25 miles. And how many times you doing the training? Like actual training like that? Like what, 3 times, 4 times?
4 times.
4 times. So basically, the 4 times you're supposed to be running, you're supposed to be doing those 18 rounds around that time. So 18 rounds, 25 miles a week, 3 times sparring every week. And how many weeks you do this prior to you feel like it's fight time? Well, let's just say a fight coming up. How much time do you do this? Like, how long should you be doing this?
So this is actually, this is my first actual time I'm actually training somebody to get ready to fight. Yeah. Like, next month I'm going to Florida with him. Tommy.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Tommy. Big shout out to DSNY, man.
So this is like gonna be my first real test of like, all right, how am I gonna handle the environment?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going more with, I'm taking this like seriously with him.
Oh yeah, of course, as you should.
You know, like he had the confidence to come to me.
Tommy's looking sharp too, man.
Yeah.
I saw him sparring one of Sosa's guys the other day. Shout out to Sosa, Team Sosa, by the way.
Sure.
He was sparring with one of Sosa's guys, and like at first, you know, I always saw him like, you know, you kind of stereotype big dudes. You know, there's always like a brawl. You always feel like they're brawlers and they're just all about hitting hard and stuff.
Guys, give you a quick image. Juggernaut. Just think of Juggernaut. Yeah. That's how he looks.
Oh yeah, If you want to know what Tommy looks like Juggernaut. He looks like fucking the Thing. You know, and he doesn't even look like a real, like if you look at him in a picture, it's almost like he's animated because he's so fucking jacked. But Yeah, you know, you think like a guy like that big, they don't really, they're just all about just power, trying to take motherfuckers' heads off. But he was actually looking sharp, man.
Yeah, he's got.
And how long you been training? How long you been seriously doing one-on-ones? And
So like I've been like, it's been maybe. Like he's been taking my classes, but when I started like actually putting a little more time in him, it's been like maybe like a month, and it's he already has a foundation.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like guys, like
it doesn't make.
I'm not taking credit of whoever he used to train with, because he got exceptional health and he got professional help.
Yeah.
But it's just this is why I tell all the guys, like with like trainers, go with whatever trainer you feel the most comfortable with, because I'm big on like my vocabulary, my words. I try to give you an ideology of like my understand how I think and how I see things.
Right.
Maybe you just need to get a simple, keep your damn hands up.
Yeah.
Rather than me explaining to you why you should keep your hands up. But literally, it's just that.
I'm very big on like not explaining what you're doing these things for. That comes later.
Yeah.
I think it's more important for you to just have your body do it. And then when you want to learn the reasoning behind it, like you can learn that after. I think too many people. I feel like too many people are worried about like why we do this or overthinking why we're doing that.
Yeah.
Just if the coach tells you to do it, my thing is if the coach fucking tells you to do it, you just do it.
Don't worry about it. I'm big on that and that whole call and response. Like you guys don't understand how many times I've seen it.
Oh, big
how many people?
Yo, appreciate that, subscribe, brother.
My man, and I honestly don't understand. Like I get upset with the whole call and response.
Yeah.
And I've seen it many times where like we're telling you keep your hands up, and then you respond you're basically responding with like, oh, I don't want to keep my hands up, and you'll tell us why. Like, oh, but what if this happens? Or
Right.
Just it's that form of trust you gotta have with your coach. Of like whatever they're telling you, they're doing it for the best of you. But not this. Like I get mad when I tell somebody something and then they hit me back like, oh yeah, but can I get hit with a right hand or can I get hit with a left hook?
So they just try to question it pretty much.
Yeah, they're trying to question everything, and then it turns into a whole conversation.
It's like,
my man Jason always has that issue with when he knows with who. He's always talking about. Like he tells me like, yo, bro, stop talking to him, man. He'll stay here all day and talk. And we're gonna get into the whole pet peeve thing in a little bit, but yeah, let's get back to like what's required and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we'll just go right from the top. Oh man, this guy gotta make me do this. All right, real quick. I gotta do that real quick. Anyway, so sparring 3 times a week. You're running 25 miles a week. You're doing training 4 times a week, right? And then now you have all these things. You have all these factors. You're doing this. And how long? Oh, by the way, don't forget we're gonna unbox.
We're doing this opening, man.
We got a Japan exclusive, by the way.
Japan exclusive, StockX verified.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sir.
That's crazy that people already jumped on that and started yourselves on that. But yeah, so you're doing that, and then again, that's the question that I wanted to ask again. How long does that go for till you're ready to fight? Where you feel like more? Of course, let's just say. I know that's you have to. It's relative to ask that question because it depends on the person and also the time that you got the fight, right? Because there's certain situations you might get fights like in 2 weeks, and like you just gotta get up. But let's just say it's appropriate sanctioned fight. You have enough time, and then like how long do you feel like you should be doing?
So this is one thing about me being a young trainer.
Yeah.
This is how I said going back to this is my first actual camp with somebody, with that being Tommy.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it as serious as I'm taking it real serious. I'm putting my time in him, and I think we're 5 weeks out already.
Nice.
So we've been doing that for like 7 weeks already.
And how many weeks remaining? Oh, you said you got 5 weeks
left.
We're
like 5 weeks left.
Oh shit.
He's been but this is the thing about commitment of putting in the work. When I don't have to tell you, my man. He's out there committed. He's running.
Yeah, I see the mileage.
All I gotta tell him like, yo, put your miles in. The days we don't train, put your miles in. Shadow box, And like on yesterday actually when he was sparring. All I told him was like, I need you a little more discipline, and it's just that of having that understanding with the coach. That's what I've been working on him when he spars or when we're training. I stay away from the fast mitt work, and it's just of him listening. Because sometimes that's the hardest thing in some fighters is that listening to your coach.
Yeah,
I see it a lot of times where we tell you guys. Anyway, I'm speaking in general, like, yo, throw this.
Right.
And it's that level of confidence you have to have your coach, and I'm big on that with sparring because we see the outside.
Okay.
You're in there fighting, but we see things from the outside, and it's that level of trust is like when me or Janice or Joel, we're like, yo, throw the left hook.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to just like pop.
Pick up on that, right?
And it's like,
and
oh,
doing it at the
shit.
right moment, like, you know. Well, you know, and that's what's fascinating about what your traditional like martial arts competitions or like, you know, other, you know, types of like demonstrations of like, you know, where your skill level is at versus combat sport, where you have the coach element in it, where the coach is sitting there and telling you from the corner, do this and do that. The best fighters I have all listened.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
You know?
The best fighters all listen, the shitty ones don't. I think that's as simple as that. Yo, it's fascinating to see that that's a thing, you know, where you have your coach in the corner, and it's like, it's kind of funny to bring this up, but it's kind of like a Pokemon, you know when the Pokemon, you know, you got your fucking trainer,
they don't ask you.
They're calling these actions out.
Yo,
and they're literally
and it's
doing
funny
it.
that you brought that up, and that's happened to me, like, and we're continuously developing as a trainer, and I absorb everything. I'm like, when Arjuna speaks or anybody speaks, I just stay and just listen, and then I find a way how I can apply it. And that goes back of like, a lot of people don't know, like, our best, to me, and that's like no hard feelings to anybody in the gym. I love all you guys, but to me, our best fighter is Juan. Juanito. That's my boy. I love him. Joel's great fighter, but I feel Juanito is just, for me, I'm just grading him over the commitment and drive he has of wanting to be a fighter.
And then also think about the age too, right? Because he in terms of age, he has the advantage. That's where he kind of.
Gio, what up?
Get better away. Shout out to Gio in the chat, bro. But yeah, going back to what you were saying about Juan and stuff.
And then Juanito is like, and it's going back to the whole Pokemon stuff, because it gets to a point where, like, I don't know if you remember, like, if you didn't have a certain badge, that Pokemon wouldn't listen to you.
Okay.
You know, you had to earn that badge for him to listen. And then, not saying Juanito didn't listen to me, but Juanito started taking just classes.
Yeah.
And then this is what gets me mad, because a lot of people try to play the classes. But Juanito started taking classes with me, because he would take all my night classes. And I would work with him, put time with him. Like, we first started sparring together.
Right.
But it got to a point where I just felt like I wasn't knowledgeable anymore. I didn't know what else to give to him.
My bad to pause you real quick. The kid that we're talking about right now, he's probably the number one prospect, or one of the number one prospects out at our gym. Again, because of age, because of dedication and all that stuff. Not saying that other guys are dedicated, but it's really just the age and like the factors that comes with, you know, Juan. But giving a little more context, he's one of our biggest fighters that's gonna be coming out of Sweatbox. We're putting a lot of chips on him. And he was just a regular member originally.
He was just a regular member, take a class. Kid was an athlete. I'm gonna touch that in a bit. He was an athlete, great soccer player, and he would just take my classes, and he was just mad committed, just every day, two classes, committed.
Right.
I had to tell him one thing, and he would just do it. Like, there was no, like, I didn't have to repeat myself. But going back to that, I got to a point, like, maybe 6 months in, I was like, damn, this kid's really good.
He's progressing
and
fast.
You know, and then this is like level of trust where Genesis now gives us now, all the trainers, me, Jason, Joel, about pushing them into the fight team. This is, guys, pay attention, because if you want to get into the fight team, everything I'm gonna say right now, this is what you gotta really listen to. And all right,
and aside from our fight team in general, this is just in general. If you're gonna go to any boxing gym and get even considered to be competing, what we're gonna say right now, you should really listen to this, because a lot of you guys always think like, oh yeah, I'm ready to fight, or I want to fight. And you have no idea what's going on. So go ahead. What you're saying?
Yeah, and then it was like, I'm like, damn, this kid just outgrew me. You know, like I didn't know how to continue developing him. And then I told Argenis, he saw him spar with me, and I was like, and he's like, yo, this kid is good. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
I've been and then Argenis took him under his wing, and then that's what helped him blossom. And then it's a good feeling. And I said it, where the gym is where where everybody wins. Everybody grows, everybody develops. And seeing him is like, it gave me that confidence of like, damn, I don't want that to, not in a bad way, but in a way is like, I don't want that to happen. Like, I want to have that belief in myself of a trainer that I can help you blossom too. And then I started doing that with like multiple guys, like one person who like I really took under my wing, and David said something, I think like 3 days ago, I don't know if he's here. He put a dagger in my heart. I'm not going to say what he said.
Oh, man.
But he was just being stupid. And then my boy Andrew, like I call it, like I've been him.
Big shout out to Andrew,
the
AKA,
Asian sensation,
aka Hoppo XL.
That's Super Hoppo,
Super Hoppo, mega Hoppo.
But with Andrew, I've been training him for maybe a year and a half already. That dude is a bum.
All right, go ahead, spar him.
Yeah, go ahead,
spar him, bro. MJ, make it happen.
And him, I've been training him for a year and a half, and it's like recently, 2 times I've seen him spar. It's like he's done things that made me a proud coach, and I'm like, damn. I was like, you listen to what what we worked on.
And he progressing a lot lately.
And then that when he was doing certain things, I was like, damn. And that feeling of like, damn, I can still get you better.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this is the whole thing about like, you don't necessarily have to go fight to like be a good fighter. You know, some guys just great sparring partners or great at sparring, but it all comes back down to the environment.
Yeah.
You know, because we know a lot of people who sparring look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even fighters, professional fighters, and when it's time to go fight, just don't show up.
Mm.
You know, it's happened a lot of times. It's like the lights play a big role. People screaming your name.
Nervous. Yeah.
Yo, I kid you not. My first fight, bro. When I fought the first minute, I'm scared. I got hit.
Yeah.
I got not even to get hurt. I just got hit. I moved my head. I got hit again.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I hear Genesis. He's like, all right, then you got to throw. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm really fighting. I was like, oh shit. And then it was like, I don't remember shit.
Yeah.
I remember that fight.
Andrew fight dudes at hearings because he's a lawyer.
Because he's a lawyer.
Yo, but I mean, I'll be more inclined to hire a lawyer if he knows how to fight. No, that's not really good. That's not really good metric. But yeah, but going back to what you were saying. So so I feel like at this point, like, now you know what it takes to be a fighter, right?
Yeah.
Now you know what factors a fighter should have in them, and then what we discussed, what you got to do as a fight, and then we're talking about we're talking about preparation with Tommy and stuff like that. Let's talk about a little bit. What are the shitty things in sense of like the outcomes that's not really blamed on the fighter? Like, I'll give you an example. Like diet or making weight. Like, how many times have you seen it where a fighter was getting ready for a fight and they did everything in the book that they needed to do, but some like little thing, like they just didn't eat right, fucked up their whole performance? And
you know, going back to that, I feel you can't make any mistake. Like, you can't make any mistake. Like, your diet and your eating should be part of your training regime. You know, like, you should have been doing that right the whole time. I say all the time, like, you know, your trainer be accountable for you to work hard, make you get the workout in, try to teach you as much as you can, but it comes down to that commitment of yourself.
Do you provide that information for your fighters? Because I don't know where you at in terms of like the diet stuff.
Yeah, so the most simplest thing, you know, like our Genesis, I just take a lot of things from our Genesis and then like continue doing my research. It's literally the poor man diet.
Okay.
You know,
and what's that?
Boiled eggs, tuna, man, is like literally that will make
just that.
And water, man. But what I started learning, what helped me out of experience, because the first time I fought, I was 162 pounds, I think. Yeah. And the day I fought, I weighed in at 129. Yeah. So I lost 32 pounds, 33 pounds. And that was a big mistake that goes back to sometimes we train just to lose weight. We train to make the weight. We don't train to fight. Yeah. And that happens a lot because you get in there dehydrated. I was just super nervous. I'm like, damn, it's my first fight. I was able to weigh 135. Imagine, I was six pounds below what I was able to weigh.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But what helped me out, and I tell guys, is fiber. Like, anything that helped me, like, I let them know. But I also give them that heads up that just because it worked for me doesn't necessarily is going to work for you. Yeah, everybody's different.
Because people's bodies are definitely different. Yeah. So let's round it up. Again, 25 miles a week.
Yeah, it's only 3 times.
3 times sparring, getting your face beaten in. And 4 times, you're doing like 18 rounds, 2 hours of work, drills, pad work, bag work, drills with another partner. So you got all that, and then on top of that, you're fucking eating eggs and tuna, and that's it. No bread, no rice. No fucking rice.
If you're Spanish, bro, you can have arroz con frijoles.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? But it's just a very small portion of rice, and then it's just so basically, you're fucking getting your conditioning, torturing yourself with conditioning, and then on top of that, you're getting your face beaten in because you're sparring all this fucking time. You're sparring people that are potentially a little bit better or at your level, right? And then now you're just eating a fucking diet that's fucking depressing as fuck. Yeah. And this is what you got to do every time you go for a fight.
Conditioning. Don't forget conditioning.
Yeah.
You know, conditioning is big. Like,
And then we're gonna from all that understanding, all that what we just discussed, I definitely want to segue a little bit into the reality of becoming a boxer as a career choice. The reason I want to bring this up is because I feel like too many people are talk loosely about this guy's a bum, and it's just like, you don't fucking have any idea how much these people put work into it. Even though the guy performed horribly in the ring, you gotta fucking know to just even be accepted to even step in that ring and be good at that, and just even be able to be somewhat at some level able to compete to that other person that's in the ring. It takes so much fucking work, dedication, and sacrifice in your life. So you should never ever say that person's a bum, unless if that person really is on some bum shit and they just like ate whatever and then just showed up like fucking sloppy as fuck.
Yo,
right?
like I kid you not, like people don't understand, and trust me, I didn't understand until I got, because the gym is a legit gym.
Yeah.
We're around pro fighters, we're around pro coaches.
Yeah.
I like asking, not in a way of being nosy, but I like understanding the game. And
Well, you have to.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I've been
career choice.
I've been blessed to have
things.
free game from all these coaches I've spoken with, and even the fighters. Look, like I don't like speaking about my finances and whatever, but I legit will make more money in a week than some of these fighters are getting paid for a fight.
Yo,
and that's sad.
We're gonna get into numbers in a little bit, because I was actually I was speaking a little bit with Sosa a little bit about that, and he was basically, shout out to Sosa. He's a guy, he's been in the pro business for quite some time now. He has some successful boxers under his stable and stuff like that, and he was just letting us know the reality is of what it takes to be a boxer and what you expect in terms of like starting your career. So I definitely want to hear what your thoughts, but I remember from what I heard, he has to train fighters for, like, let's just say for 8 weeks, right? And then first of all, to just get a fight, you got to get lucky, right? And then when you get that fight, how much more or less you expecting to get that first fight? And we're talking about like on a national level. Where do you, from your experience or from what's your knowledge, where do you think how much for your first fight you should get paid for as a pro boxer?
What I think, or what are they getting?
What are they getting? Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you're gonna laugh. They're getting about $400 to $500 a fight.
So $400 to $500 for their first pro debut fight, right?
Unless you're like a big amateur, you have a big record, you have a big following.
But even then, they're not getting that paid that much either.
Even
like
then,
I think Sosa said even one of his other fighters that got a little bit of leverage was like $1,500 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So look, check this out. Your first fight, you're working so hard, and yeah, you see, look at that. Yeah, check this out. And then let's forget about you starting in your pro career. You have to do this for years as an amateur. For free, bro.
Getting hit for free. Imagine
amateur
that.
fights, you're not getting paid. That's just building your record, bro. You're not getting paid for none of that. And there's how many? And a good prospect, how many amateur fights should they be having before they get into the pro division?
Everybody's different. I'm not.
But like on average, for somebody to have like a successful career, let's just talk about in that sense. Not successful, but like actually being watched. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, I guess there is certain factors, but yeah, go back to what you're saying.
Actually, there's a couple of fighters who I was like reading up on that not all of them had a lot of amateur fights. They had about like 15 and then went pro. Now they're killing it. David Benavidez only had 15 amateur fights, 17 amateur fights. And the reason he's good, and then I'm big on that with the sparring, is depending who you're sparring with.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sparring with just regular guys.
Right.
Benavidez sparred with a lot of top pros.
Yeah.
A lot of world champions at like the age of 15, so he turned pro.
I see. So that's the factor.
So another thing is quality of sparring. Because look, think about it. You gotta have 20, 25 amateur fights, and you're whooping all these kids' ass. It's bad, like you're whooping them. But then you go and spar with top tier pros, and you're getting washed.
And that's and you know what's crazy? Then that saying is all the actual fights actually in the gym. It's actually in the training.
100%.
Like all that stuff that's in the ring, that's actually just displaying what you worked for. So for the sake of the topic that we're talking about, so let's just say you're doing 20. So you're doing 20 You get like about 20 fucking
The raccoon molesting. Yeah.
What the fuck name is that, bro? Yo, I'm about to ban this dude, yo.
The sleeve on the man on the right is sick.
Yeah,
Thank you,
right,
bro.
yeah.
My man
But-
put a raccoon.
Yo, what the hell? What kind of name is that, bro? Oh my god. Anyway, so
Sad boy.
yeah,
Shout out to my boy Eric. Sad boy.
is that Eric? You think?
Nah. His is churro, el churro.
Yeah, churro way, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's just say, for example, all right, you get lucky with just getting 15 amateur fights. How long does that take before you decide to just go into pro? That's like what, years maybe?
Man,
Like a couple
you'd be
years?
surprised. There was one of our fighters, Menor. He fought like 10 times in a year.
Okay, 10 times. Wow.
And 1 year, I think, it was like 10 times in a year.
He's another prospect at our gym. Shout
Yeah,
out to
that man
Mano.
better find a way back to the gym because I don't know
Yeah.
where he's at. But
But you know, I
Yeah,
think,
but
and you know,
then go-
you know what's crazy, and it goes back to what we were talking about in your journey, because and that's interesting. I see that Argenis does make a big deal out of it, because I think from the experience that he had with you guys, and I'm sure he had more experiences before you guys, he knows what it is to have life, and then you have different phases. Yeah, you want this person to keep pursuing this, and you want to push them, but you cannot stop life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like life.
can't.
I feel like a kid like Minor, he's not showing up because he's being lazy. I think I can tell it's probably circumstances that he's living under. I don't know what his personal life is. I'm not going to
Yeah.
put it out in the podcast, but I can tell a guy that can be so successful in a boxing career, there's no way you just stop. You know what I mean? It has to be something about life.
And
you know what I mean?
I'm touching on that. Like, I don't know if it's ever happened to Argenis, but for me personally, that's probably one of my biggest fears as
Yeah.
a trainer is not helping my fighter get out of that, that stage of the life.
Yeah.
That stage of their life. Just because I like on Instagram, where a lot of the great fighters, a lot of young fighters, I'm not, just in general, like they went the wrong route instead of boxing,
Yeah.
and then their life went like completely wrong.
Yeah.
Whether it was like addiction, death,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and it's just that I feel. I obviously I don't want to put it out there, but if it were to happen, I'm just saying how I would personally feel is like you have this guilt of like, damn, I wasn't able to help him out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are, you're trying your best, but it's just that like scary feeling of like you're trying your best to guide them the right
Mhm.
way. But how you said, sometimes everybody has different stages
Yeah.
in their life that separates them from boxing.
Yeah. And and this is just aside from boxing, I just know from trying the things I want to do and do, like, because I'm a type of person, this, a lot of you guys know this. I like to do a lot of things on my own. I'm trying to be like, I don't like to say the word self-made because that's so like arrogant, but like,
Mhm.
I'm trying to do my own thing. And like, that means that requires working with people with no money whatsoever. It's really, you have to put your time in and just experiment and do this stuff. And, right now I'm even having issues with some of my guys, and, I'm not going to put too much out there, but like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't take it personal. Why? Because people still have, like, depending on what age they're at in their life, you never really know what's going on. And I accept the fact that you try to do so much. But one thing I learned from all these experiences is that you can show all the answers to somebody. You're like, here, look, this is what you got to do to be successful. This is what you got to do. You have, we live in the internet age. You have all the answers in front of you. It's really up to you to walk and decide, like, okay, I'm going to believe in this. I'm going to actually go with this. I don't understand it. I can't conceptualize what's in front of me. I know these are the answers. I don't know how these are the answers, but I'm going to just do it because you're telling me.
Yeah.
And that in itself, I don't take it personal, because people got it, no matter what, how much you give to them, they still have to take it upon themselves to step and be like, hey, I'm going to do it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can't force that.
Yeah. Somebody recently told me, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he was talking about, he's like, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like it's true.
Yeah.
Like, I can give you everything, like here. And this goes back, I don't know if my boy Eric is watching, but this goes back to something me and him always talk about, about knowing and then applying. You know, I can give you all this knowledge.
Mhm.
Here, take it.
Yeah.
Now go and apply it.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah.
Because, and that goes back in every sense of a fighter,
Mm-hmm.
trainer, because a lot of trainers know a lot. Like I know some trainers I've come across that know so much.
Yeah.
But for some, like or even regular like clients, there's certain clients who I feel they're more boxing purists than me
Yeah.
or you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just don't know how to apply everything that they know, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But one thing is the reason I'm mentioning this,
Yeah.
because I want to start us talking into where the stages are of trainers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to make that switch yet. Or you
Well,
want to finish
I
up?
still want to get back
Oh,
into the
okay. Yeah,
realities of like how shitty a boxing
Yeah.
pro boxer's
Oh
life
yeah,
is.
yeah, man.
Like
It's
how
bad.
hard it is.
It's bad. It's no joke, bro.
But finish what you was just saying right now.
But yeah, shit.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, it'll come back,
trust
it'll
me.
come back,
This happens all the time. I do this all the time on podcasts. I'm like, I'm talking about something and then it'll go to something and then I'll be like, fuck. And I just not do. This is the second like podcast that I did, so I learned how to just like switch it over. But let's get back to. We'll let that come back to you.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the realities of boxers. So your first fight. All right, so you spend years of dedicating yourself into the sport. You decide, okay, this is what I want to do as a career choice. I want to be fucking Mayweather. I want to be Canelo. I want to be fucking millionaire, have a belts, whatever the reason is, right? So, okay, you want to do this? Let's see how you really about this life. So you're doing a couple years being a fucking boxer, doing amateur, completely free. That means you still have to manage paying your rent, paying your bills, and still dedicating. Yo, you have to dedicate hours a day after your work to go train. Like for me, example, right now I'm trying to train for competition. I can't make no excuses. And that's one thing I want to shout out to all the guys at the gym because I see some of them competing and they still working 6 days a week. But anyway, you got to work an 8-hour shift, right? Okay, great. You're tired. Oh, yeah? Well, you still got to go train.
Still
You got to pay
run.
bills? Oh, yeah, you still got to go run 4 or 5 miles. Oh, you fucking got to, you feel sick? Oh, yeah, you got a headache? Or you're going to have to spar today. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing this for years for free out of your own free will, hoping that you have, get into the pro boxing world. And once you finally get into the pro boxing world, you're fucking getting only $500. You're getting fucking $600 for a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Chump change.
And you're not, and that's only if
6 weeks.
And that's only if you're considered to get into fights. How hard is it to get a fight, to even get into a fight? Let's talk about that a little bit.
That's something that I can't even answer because it's like, like one of our guys, he's been trying to get a fight.
Yeah.
He's been trying to, like, we want him to turn pro already.
Yeah.
But
how difficult is that?
It's difficult. Like I personally don't know. But if it was easy, a lot of our guys would have been turned pro already.
Yeah.
And it's not even that they're not ready.
Oh yeah.
And it's more and less of that. It's just being able to get a fight. And like I'm gonna give you guys, like, a lot of people don't know. Sometimes when you start building your record and you're a top prospect, a lot of people don't want to fight you. You have to basically look for opponents.
Wow.
You have to look for opponents that are going to be willing to fight you. And now imagine you're no longer getting paid as much because you have to use some of your pay to pay your opponent because nobody wants to fight you. You're a top prospect, and then these top fighters don't want to fight you because you're a high risk, low reward fight.
Yeah.
That's where in the stage of boxing we're at right now. That a lot of fighters are high risk but low reward.
Going back to what you just said just now, did I hear this right? So there are some pro boxing coaches that would pay the other fighter to fight them in competitions.
Not necessarily mean that they're throwing the fight.
Yeah.
Not necessarily mean that they're throwing the fight, but the other guy's like, all right, if I'm gonna fight this top prospect, maybe I can
make
win.
it more incentive for me.
Maybe I can win, or I'm gonna go in there and take another loss that makes my value even lower. You have to pay me more.
Yeah, and this is and then we're talking about your early pro boxing fights. This is not even getting into like the big.
And the reason I know this is because some of my one of my close friends who's a pro boxer. That's what happened.
Yeah,
it was like he was top prospect and nobody wanted to fight him. And then this is where it becomes of like taking those risky fights too.
Yeah.
And then that's where I have a lot of respect for my man, B-Hop Primetime Chris Colbert.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out Chris. He literally fought some undefeated fighters because nobody wanted to fight him. So he takes the risk of, all right. But this is the whole gambling thing, that the Mayweather mentality of like losing your own.
Yeah.
You know.
And we'll definitely touch on that a little bit because I think what defines a champ. I would like to talk about what defines a champion boxer. But so all right. So now that you understand all these things, you're not getting paid shit. You're fucking sacrificing not only your time, but you're like your physical self. You're getting beat the shit out of for free for the longest time, and now you're finally getting into the pro division. And real quick to answer Eddie's question. When does someone turn pro? It's all relative. Sometimes some people turn pro because they have a good track record. Some people turn pro just right off rip because they feel like they're ready for it. But
sometimes they just literally they're just trying to fight to survive.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll say this much: people turn pro. It's smarter to turn pro if you have a track record. That's usually the general rule of thumb. You have to have amateur fights. You got to go to nationals. Nationals is basically, a boxing competition that America holds, and everybody, the whole country is competing. So like, this is a good way to like put yourself out there in promoters, and get even considered, right? So, because like going back to the whole thing, so Sosa was saying about not only that, let's get into this actually. As a fighter, you're required to train, you're required to diet, do all these things, be dedicated to the sport. But what a lot of people don't understand, you also are a business. If you are in pro boxing, you have to be selling tickets. You think that somebody's going to come pay money just because you're good? Nobody gives a shit about that. Yo, you know how many fighters out there that are fucking talented and nobody will pay a fucking dime to see them because they don't know about them? So in segueing to this, what should you be doing as a boxer, especially nowadays? What do you think are things that you should be utilizing as a boxer, aside from the training, aside from the time that you're sacrificing, working a day job and all that? What should also boxers responsible for, or the boxing coach, what do you think what they should be doing to put their boxing their fighter into a successful road?
Yeah, that's big. That's true, Gio. Social media.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. And that's why there's so much hate for certain fighters, because certain fighters have more popularity than others. But you should be able to promote yourself. There's going back to that, like, one of my close friends, he might have not had his social following wasn't as big as what it should have been.
Yeah.
But my man sold tickets.
Right.
That my man will sell tickets, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You have to sell tickets. You could be the greatest. You can probably be the next greatest fighter.
Or even trash.
Or even No, but I'm going back to, like, you could be the great. You could be the next great. But if you don't sell tickets, nobody's gonna go watch you.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of guys who are trash, but they sell shitload of tickets.
like Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Even
and we'll get into that.
Even Adrian Broner, my man, always sells because people want to see him get his ass beat.
Yep.
Or maybe they're hoping that he'll turn around his career.
And he has actual fans that
care for him.
Yeah.
So but he sells.
Yeah, he sells tickets.
And you gotta sell.
And you see, that's the thing, like, this actually correlates to like the DJ, because I'm a lot of people know that I'm a DJ on my that's my passion. That's my kind of like thing I do on the side. I don't do that for a career choice. I just do it because that's really what I'm about. That's who I am. But a lot of people don't understand. A lot of my DJ friends, they get mad. They be like, oh, why this guy getting booked? Oh man, why this person's getting all this shit? This guy sucks at DJing. Why him or her getting these gigs? And I tell people all the time, like, I don't even tell them. I just say to myself, I'm like, you're mad about what they're getting gigs or not? Well, maybe you should pay attention to what they're doing versus what you're doing. So many times people think talent and skill and dedication is defined. Now, let's take, what are your goals, right? Are you trying to do this as a business? Great. If you're going to do this as a business, then talent and quality is just only a factor in what you got to be doing. It's also how you sell yourself. Let me tell you something. A lot of these DJs, why they get booked is because they have a fucking face. They have a personality. Their social media. Most successful DJs don't even post anything about DJing. They post about shit that they're doing. The fucking fit pics. They're posting the fucking eating food or whatever. Like, yeah, they have, some of them do surround themselves with like just music in their social media, but a lot of people, especially people that are on the prospective audience side, they're just watching them because they like that person. A lot of people, believe it or not, you know how many times I get fucking booked at a DJ gig and they don't even know nothing about my DJing. Yo, literally, I get booked because people like me. That's literally how I get booked. You know what's crazy? In most cases, the time that me playing DJ in a live show is the last thing what the person is actually gonna see. Every time I get booked, it's always something about how I act, how I perceive myself, how I'm talking with the person, and just presenting myself. Again, it's about the business side. So like a lot of people think like you think these fucking promoters or event throwers are really looking at, oh, this guy can scratch really good, oh, this guy can do transitions. They give two fucks about that. They worried about the money. And this goes back to fucking boxing. Like these boxers, I love the talent out there. I love the dedication. But you think if you're going into this and you're doing this as your fucking career, you must think about other things aside from just fucking doing training. That great, you're training. It's sad to say, but and you know, one of my concerns is some of our prospects in our gym. There's a lot of good talent coming out, but you know, I'm gonna say straight up, they're a born person. And if you're a born person, it's not gonna sell, bro. I'm telling you right now. What's gonna make you think you're gonna stand out in the 20, 30 fighters on an undercard fight? And you look just like everybody else. You think people are really gonna take notice? You have to do something. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be different.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to say too much, but I actually wanted to approach somebody that's related to you. Because you know the guy actually does like guitar. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to put the idea in his head. If you ever go pro, you should do a performance before you do your walk-in. and let me tell you something. It sounds crazy to do that, but you know what? If you was featured on a national national TV that you got featured on, they're gonna highlight that in the social media clip. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Tyson Fury. My man sang, I think, like the national anthem.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But you just have, biggest thing is you gotta stand out.
Yeah, you gotta stand out. You gotta do other things aside from training. Once you get into the pro division, there's more.
I'm being honest. Unfortunately, like any other sport, like baseball, soccer, basketball, being good is not enough.
Yeah, it's not.
Being good is not enough. Unlike these other guys, they get a set contract, they go, and if they perform better, they make more money, they get endorsement deals, but they already have a price, that. In boxing, being good is not enough. You still have to sell tickets. Some of you guys are fighting and they're not even signed under nobody. They have no contract. They're just taking fights.
And then I want to throw that interesting fact that you said. And there's some people that don't even want to fight you because you're too good.
Yeah, that's trash.
Crazy,
bro. It's like this is what's different from every other sport. You know, every other sport, you have a set price as soon as you sign that contract. You're pretty set. If you're a pro basketball player, pro baseball player, whatever.
Millions in the bag in a contract.
But
it's signed contract.
Boxing,
guaranteed.
even when you sign a contract, sometimes you're slaving yourself to this promoter that's trying to just like milk you.
Yep.
So. Boxing is it's a poor man's sport.
It's a super
unforgiving,
bro.
And it's just like so much. It's so schemeful in this sport.
Oh yeah, it's very corrupted. It's there's so much factors too about getting contracts. So like, let's talk about this a little bit. Aside from people being able to fight each other and cherry picking, right? We also got to worry about TV networks. In order for somebody getting, so look, this is where it gets kind of crazy. So now you're trying to be a pro boxer. You're getting out there. You're you're with a promotion team. You're getting fights. You're eventually going to get signed to a TV network. And what that does, this whole concept of being signed to a TV network, if you wanted to fight another fighter, if they're signed to another TV network, they have to work a deal. And then that means it's not even up to the fighters at that point anymore. It's really about the fucking TV networks and their management team and the other management team. It gets fucking messy, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. And then that's why sometimes I feel like a lot of times we don't get to see the fights that we want to see because there's so much bullshit involved, bro.
We're not because of that. Because networking is like it's the worst. Because a lot of great fights can happen, but PBC doesn't want to go fight a top-ranked fighter. A top-ranked fighter doesn't want to fight in the zone, or like this is I don't know what's the issue going to be now because I don't know if you guys didn't know, but Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are fighting August 15th.
Yeah,
it's officially announced. The heavyweight.
All right,
so the undisputed heavyweight. Belt. But Tyson Fury's with top rank. Anthony Joshua's with the zone. So now the next thing, they might just be the fight is not gonna happen until both of them are in the ring.
Right.
Because it's happened where a day before the fight is canceled.
Right.
Right before, like it'll be August 14th.
And it could be multiple factors. But one of the biggest factors is contracts.
Yeah, contracts, because they're gonna be like, all right, no, I don't want to fight in the zone. I want to fight in top rank.
Real quick, who you think is gonna take that one, bro?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I think so too.
The Gypsy King.
Yeah, that guy is fucking he's something else, bro. Like what's interesting about that guy? He looks like everything if you look at him, you look like, aside from him just being really tall, like if you look at him, he doesn't look like he's the one that's gonna win, but or he even have skill. He's
That's why it looks so deceiving.
Yeah, but so going back to the whole thing, this whole shit is a shit show. As much as I love boxing and I love the sport of boxing, yo, to be picking that career choice, there's so many factors, there's so many chances that you might not make it, and then like you have so much chips bet against you, it's insane. And then but yo, these guys do it. These guys still stay in it. They don't care. They just, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And yo, shout out to everybody that wants to pick fighting as their career choice, because that shit is fucking
one thing
hard,
I'm gonna say, guys, as a coach, anybody who's interested in boxing, that's why I box Brooklyn, you know. But on some, but honestly, you don't gotta get into boxing just to be a fighter.
Yeah.
You know, you can get into the sport to appreciate it. There's no age. There's like a lot of older people I've trained, like literally in their 40s, 50s,
Yeah.
that get into the sport and not like, oh, I want to fight, but they get in here appreciating the sport.
Yeah.
So, you know, one thing I want to touch on that is like, if you're gonna get into boxing, if you're gonna get into fighting, we just explain what it is.
Yeah.
What are the the requirements, or like how it really gets. But if you want to just get into boxing for fitness, let that be known. You know, there's a lot of bad reputation right now where everybody's calling themselves a fighter, or everybody's a boxer. You never know who you're gonna come across. You come across the wrong person, they're gonna punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
And that's,
I see that a lot. And you see, this is why a lot of boxers are really upset with the state of boxing right now, because we have Jake Paul, you got Logan Paul stepping in, and they picking up the sport. And yeah, you know, for people that don't understand boxing, yeah, they look like they know what they're doing, but you got to understand two things. One, they're fighting people that aren't really that are even good, and two, these guys are privileged people. They figured out
talk about this.
they're self-made. They made a substantial amount of money. They're set for their life, so all they do is have time. Going back to what I was saying earlier, you got to work a day job. You gotta pay bills. Then you gotta fucking do training. Imagine you didn't have to worry about bills and day jobs. You could just, all you do is train. Of course you're gonna be fucking good. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's bullshit.
Because actually touching on that.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of cycling videos. You know, I got really into biking.
Yeah.
But
shout out to biking.
Yeah, shout out to biking. I'm like really into biking right now. But going back to that, there was this guy who quit being a stockbroker.
Okay.
And within a year he became a pro cyclist.
Interesting.
But going back to that, having time. So all you have is time and the craft you want to perfect. Forget about it. You're gonna get good in a like, you know, because you're always at it 100% to get good. Now you're working a day job, you're training, you made whatever personal problems you're going through, whatever your personal life is, bills, and then you gotta train. Like, it's not the same. So that's why these guys like Jake Paul in a short period of time, you know, like I give it to them. They've developed pretty well. You know, like as much as you hate them, but he's
not complete trash. You know,
but they have time of like, I'm a millionaire. Everything is paid off. I can get the best trainers. I can get the best nutritionists. I can get the best athletic trainers. Whatever. They can get the best of the best, top tier. You know, and they have time, and that's all they have to worry about every day. Yeah, you're gonna get good. Yeah, you're gonna get good in a short period of time.
So yeah, I totally understand why fighters are mad about that. But let's speak on that, because this is a very fun topic to talk about. Where do you feel like? Where do you feel about the state of boxing with Triller, with YouTubers getting into the sport? How do you feel about it? What do you think do you have a positive look at it? Do you have a negative look at it? I want to know what your thoughts is, and I'll definitely put my thoughts on it.
You know, like the negative for me is personally like it's disrespectful to the sport.
Yeah. Because
there are a lot of people who die for this sport, who put their life, their childhood into this sport,
sacrificing so much,
and sacrifice everything. The only positive thing I see from it is getting more people to start watching boxing.
Yeah.
But even with that, it goes back to that whole negative of everybody will be willing to call themselves a boxer.
Yeah.
Everybody becomes a boxing trainer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of boxing gyms. There are apparently boxing gyms.
Yeah. A lot of fakos.
Yeah, a lot of no, like that's the state that, with this whole YouTube, TikTok has put, there's a lot of people that, and I say it just because I'm firsthand, like I see it. I'm a coach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids that go to the gym that, like unfortunately I don't want to say it, but they're soft.
Yeah.
They're soft. They shouldn't go in the gym. You know, it's like you can get really hurt.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it just for fitness, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I respect anybody. I still train you, even if it's for fitness. I train you with the understanding of the theory of boxing, not just a workout.
At least on a self-defense level.
Yeah, on a self-defense level, but but that's also an issue because even people walk out and they're like, yeah, I know how to fight.
Yeah, that's the wrong mentality.
Till you get punched in the mouth. You know, it's literally that. Like, it's all fun and games. You're a boxer, or you know how to box until somebody punches you in the mouth, and you're like,
oh shit.
And you're like, damn, what do I do now?
Yeah,
throw your jab, my man.
It's like, do you have the heart to like get yourself leveled out and be like, okay, let me get into this, or you're gonna fucking panic and just fucking, you know, freak out and shit like that. But yeah. So going back to the whole YouTuber stuff, like, do you feel like now, as far as, you know, yeah, there's a lot of negative notation, but do you feel like that they're the blame, or what do you feel like? What do you think? Why did we even get here?
You know why we got there? Because it's so easy to become a pro boxer. You know, it's hard. The work is hard to become a pro boxer, but to become a pro boxer, to like,
it's easy for people that got a platform.
Yeah. It's easy for you to have a platform. Why? Because boxing, the whole boxing is dead. No, boxing is not dead. There's a lot of prospects, but there's not as many notable fighters that people want to sit down on TV and watch it. But it comes down to not having a big enough platform.
I personally blame a lot on the politics. I blame the TV networks, greedy promotion, you know, greedy promotions. Like, this is why we have things like Triller, and, you know, by the way, fucking yo, when I saw Triller for that Jake Paul fight, oh my god, that shit was so weird. Like,
it was like a whole concert, right?
Yeah, I didn't see it. Oh, you should watch it. It's so fucking weird. Like, I mean, and like, you got fucking like what's his face, De La Hoya. Yo, he was definitely high on some drugs, because the way he was talking, yo, he was saying some dumb shit.
Snow bunny.
Yeah. Yo. But yeah, like, this is where we're at now. People are paying money to see that. You know, they're not even watching for the sport of boxing. They just want to see people fight. And
it's entertainment, man. End of the day, it's entertainment. Boxing's entertainment, and it sucks, you know, because it all comes down to platform. Like, this goes for any fighter. Any of you young fighters that are thinking of fighting, start creating a platform. Literally, put your stuff out there. My best advice I'm gonna give you guys, even if you want to become trainers, that's what changed me. That's what helped me become a better business overall, like, grow my clientele. I just started putting videos on Instagram. And people, you know, started seeing it and liking my videos, messaging me, and little by little, like, I put more and more just on my training stuff. And people start seeing, like, all right, my man is like he's a real deal. You know, like, he's really like teaching. And same as that with boxing. You might be a bad boxer, but if you can sell on that camera, if you look fast, you look flashy, you're good looking, or you're good on the mic, you know how to speak.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia. he still needs better mic work, because my man is trash. But overall, good looking kid. Made very catchy videos with the speed stuff, with the flash stuff.
Punching people with the bodysuit and all that. You know what I'm saying?
People like that, you know, and people are going to follow him. He's like another De La Hoya. He's a good-looking kid. Even girls want to go and see him fight. You know? But going back to, he sells tickets.
And that's really...
Hate him all you want. You know, like, you're bitter if you hate on guys like that. You know, like, I for me personally, you should never hate on another man's success.
No.
Because it goes back to what you're saying is, like, what are you doing wrong?
Exactly.
Why is it that
you should be looking at yourself?
You
should be looking at yourself, man. That's the thing. The outlets is eager to televise these clowns and monetize it. Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to the whole, like, you know, corruption and money and all that bullshit. But, like, to me, look, I don't know where boxing or any combat sports, where we're gonna go in the future with this, if it's gonna keep strong. I think just the sport of boxing in itself is always gonna be there. I don't care what people say. You know, like, there's gonna always be different eras, and it's always gonna evolve.
Boxing's never gonna die. People like seeing two people get beat up. People like that. People are weird. Some people like that, man.
Oh,
they're, like,
by the
really
way,
into that.
Do you ever you know the saying boxing is a gentleman's sport? You know why they say that?
No.
Okay, so check this out. Actually, this is one of the reasons why I appreciate boxing, and this is why, in my very self, why, you know, because I guess that's just like the Japanese in me, and I'm always about, like, honor and loyalty and all that.
Yeah.
So boxing is called a gentleman's sport because the rule of boxing is you only can use your hands, right? So you only could use your hands. There's no cheating. There's no biting. No throwing. No nothing. Right?
Yeah.
You're only using your hands. So that means you're displaying that this is your strength no matter what. There's no advantages of that person having over against. Right?
Okay.
Check this out. And then the aspect of the whole knocking them down and then letting them get up, giving them 10 seconds to get up and fight again. This is why they call boxing a gentleman's sport. If you think about UFC, MMA, all those fighting sports, they don't let nobody get up. They're all about, I gotta win, I gotta beat the shit out of that person. Nah, with us as boxers, we're fighting, we're all about who's really about it, you know what I mean? And we're using only our fists and our skill and our strength.
And it goes back to 10 seconds. Are you willing to get up?
Yeah. Are you willing to get up? You have the heart, you know what I'm saying? And then again, you're letting that guy get up and giving him another chance. And that's really why they call the gentleman's sport.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I
sick.
personally like it, because and we're going to talk about gaming. Actually, by the way, guys, we're already at the 2-hour mark. Thank you for staying locked in. This is MikeyDigital, my man Alan Rivera, boxing coach,
boxing
gaming,
coach,
gamer,
whatever,
streamer,
man.
you know what I mean? We are going to, in a little bit, we're going to discuss a little bit more about boxing, but then we're going to do actually Pokemon unboxing, because that's what we promised. So
promise, man.
Yeah.
Japan exclusive.
Yeah, we're going to get into that right now too. So, but yeah, man. There's a lot of good points. I'm glad that we covered a lot of this stuff, because this is a lot of stuff that I want to discuss. I think I don't see, again, going back to what I was saying, I don't see the future of boxing going to be in any good looking Leo. I don't see boxing going anywhere, but I do see that boxing might evolve. I think we are going to see more YouTube boxing. I think we're going to see more celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, real boxing is ever going to go out, because there's people that just want to see actual.
And you know what's going to turn into?
What's up?
If Triller continues doing what they're doing, where they're putting these actual pro fighters in the undercard, that's going to help. Because it's gonna make more.
Exactly.
Because people are gonna be like, "Oh, damn, these people are really going at it."
You're gonna, you got a chance of exposing these young kids. First of all, this is another actually a point that I wanted to bring up. Positives about these celebrity boxing matches. You're giving a younger crowd, especially Jake Paul and Logan Paul. You're giving younger generations to get into the sport of boxing, whether they want to do it themselves or just into the culture of it. So I do think that's a positive, regardless of what we think about this shit and they taking lightly of the sport. I feel like it's still exposing a lot of kids, and this is going to continue the sport of boxing. And yes, that's a very good point. Yeah, you got these guys that are like the main match. It's like fucking some bullshit like novelty fight, but they are putting undercard people under that. Yo, before you start with Pokemon stuff, is there a cutoff age successful pros, and
there's a lot of pros that turn pro like super late.
Can you give you some numbers and stuff?
Man, it's a tough question, because like everybody has different. I feel if this is meant for you, it's meant for you, depending on the age. There's a lot of great fighters that got into this late. Like Sergio Martinez got into this at like the age of 20 or 21. He was a pro soccer player, left that, became a pro boxer, became a world champion. Then there's a fighter that like at the age of 28 became pro. Tevin Farmer, man, that like
I remember Tevin Farmer.
He had like 7 losses in a row, and at the age 27 he decided to switch his mindset, switch like I don't know if trainer but he just decided to switch his whole thinking, and really apply his skills. Becomes a world champion, I think, like at 29, 31.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he goes on like an 8-year winning streak after losing like his first 6 fights. So they're like, that's what I'm saying. If this is for you, it's for you. Or even having your first amateur fight, just to be able to not to like go with the idea of like, damn, I should have done this.
Do you know what's the oldest age that a pro boxer like competed? Like, what was the oldest? I feel like, was it Bernard Hopkins that did that, or
I think Bernard Hopkins is the oldest champion.
Okay.
The oldest champion.
And what age was he at?
I think he was like maybe, I don't want to say 50, but maybe like late 40s.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, 40s? And
that's crazy.
As a light heavyweight.
That's crazy, bro.
I think it was like 178.
Shit. So there's obviously a lot of factors. I'm sure, obviously, like once you start getting to like late 30s, your chances are diminishing, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of you guys don't know. Look, from 28 to 32 years old, you're in your prime years as an athlete.
Yeah.
Go and look at some of your favorite athletes of all time, in any sport, and look how old they are. I think Michael Jordan was like 29 when he won his first his first ring. I'm probably in line.
All right.
But a lot of these like great athletes like Canelo.
Yeah.
He's 30 years old. Some people are like, oh, he's old. No, he's in his
Prime
prime
right now.
years as an
Yeah.
athlete.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
been around for a long time, bro.
And he's in his prime years as an athlete.
Yeah.
Promoters, it's yes or no, depending what promoters. Some promoters really want the best for boxing, and some promoters just trying to like milk their fighters.
Make the money out of it.
You know, remember, this is a sport of greed.
Yeah.
Like as much as I love this sport,
I don't think promoters. I don't
hate
think.
it.
Yeah, I don't think promoters. It's the main factor. I think the root of everything is just money. That's what really comes down to it. The money, and then these greedy people, these gatekeepers that are on top. You know, people that own like these networks or whatever it is. It's always some fucking old greedy motherfucker that just wants all the money and does not give a shit about the fights. They just, they're just slaving all these people.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah,
he was 28 when he won his first champ, and then from there.
And that's crazy. When you think of Jordan, you think he won like at 21 or some shit like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when it comes down to all these things, like there's a lot of factors where we're at in the state of boxing. But I truly believe that, it's the root of all of it is it's money. You got these guys who are super greedy, and they're the ones that are gatekeepers. They have the position of power. They make the shots. It's not the fighters. The fighters actually the last person to really make, unless if you're like top tier like Mayweather or like Canelo, you're like the last person that's really making those decisions at the end of the day. So, but yeah, man, that's the life of boxing, bro.
Yeah, man. As pretty as you guys wanted to make it seem, like as pretty as you guys wish we would have made it look, it's not.
It's not.
It's like this is a sport that it's very rewarding when you give, and even it's a very rewarding sport, but it's also a
very
sport.
Unforgiving.
Yeah, it's very unforgiving. Even with all the work you think you could have put.
Yeah.
Making weight. Shitting, taking freaking Epsom salt baths and putting alcohol in your body to just sweat, running, and sparring,
and dieting, obviously,
and dieting. That's how you make weight. That's literally how you make weight. There's some fighters that lose 9 pounds, literally like 5 to 6 hours before the weigh-in. That's insane.
By the way, shout out to everybody that's still locked in with us. We're gonna wrap up on the boxing stuff in a little bit. Actually, by the way, do you need to use the bathroom?
I'm actually gonna want.
Drink more water?
Yeah,
all right, so I'm going to
water.
actually need to use the bathroom. So if you want, I'll get you water. I'm going to put it. This is what you want to put.
Yeah.
Let me get that. I'm going to put water into this. So I'm going to use the bathroom too, and I'll come back, and then we'll start doing the unboxing thing.
Gotcha.
In the meantime, just talk to people. I guess people got some questions.
Yeah, guys, if you guys have questions, put them in the chat. I answer you.
Just say whatever.
Yeah. Remember, we got the Pokemon cards exclusive. The process of making weight, 48 hours to waiting. So what I've seen, like, if there's sometimes the hotels have saunas, or wherever they go to a sauna room. They either make you shadow box. Another routine is what they put you is under these hot like towels to make you sweat. They just want to make you sweat as much as you can without you doing any like excessive force that's gonna like hurt you for the next day. Remember, as a pro, you have 24 hours to hydrate. So this is how some of these fighters are able to make this weight. But come on, you got to think in the long run. That's insane for you to be dropping 8-9 pounds. Steve heard. Hello, kid. I don't have a favorite trainee. Yeah, I don't have favorites. Khabib. Damn, that's tough. Yeah, Khabib. He's another one that makes crazy weight cuts. Yeah, some of these UFC fighters make some insane crazy weight cuts. Forget about it. But go ahead, guys. Ask me questions. I'm down to answer whatever. Because what's about to be next is going to be dope. You guys are going to see the other side of me. This is like the other side that you guys don't see from the gym. Like, I'm super into like clothing. Like there's like graphic tees. Yo, good looking, bro. Damn, he walks around 180. Yeah, Canelo, when he used to makes 155. That's crazy.
That's not all.
Do I like MMA? Not. I have nothing against it. I don't watch it. So Damn, the opening's about to look fire. Yes, sir. My knee's feeling a little better. The biking has helped me out. That's another thing that I've been putting a lot of time into. Oh yeah, guys. If any of you guys are looking for a bike, I'm trying to sell my bike to buy a new bike. I'm serious. I'm gonna invest in a much more expensive bike. Trying to get back down to money, but I don't know if I put on too much muscle. You know what you should definitely do? You should definitely focus on your cardio. Definitely start running a lot more. Trust me, like if you run consistently within a month, you'll see the difference. Try to lay off the weights. Don't like lift as heavy. Do more reps and lightweight. That helps out. My creativity. I just try to apply every different things I learned within like baseball. Like also growing up with my dad, like he would train me a lot, so that's where a lot of my creativity comes from. And also the day before I train, sometimes I just sit down in bed and I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do the next day? I always go in there with a plan.
Yeah.
I used to just wing everything like on the spot. I'm like, oh, all right, this is what we're gonna do. But now like I try to like always prepare. Because I'm big on like you guys are coming to give me an hour of your day with the trust of wanting to work out with me. That I'm gonna give you the best. I'm gonna try to give you the best version of myself for that 1 hour. So and if you guys notice, like I might teach footwork, but every class might be different, and that's just I do it on purpose for like that. I don't feel burnout like that. You guys never know what you're coming for, because sometimes like you might see the class and like, oh yeah, I know what I'm getting myself in store, but no, it's completely different.
Well, real quick before you answer Maro's next question, what are you doing as a coach as far as research, like research purposes? Like what are you doing in terms of like learning what you should be doing, how to get better as a coach? Like what are your resources?
So I definitely there's this one Instagram page, I don't remember what it's called, but they show a lot of old tape of fighters and they have like this, like explaining what they're working on. So I sit down and watch that, like, and it gives me a guidance of what fights I should start watching.
Yeah.
So from there, then I go study some old fights. Like let's say like right now, like if I have a stocky fighter like Tommy, I've been watching that certain fighters who are like very built that fight
similar
tall
to that.
fighters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it helps me like pinpoint things that I can teach to certain people. And then this is what I do when I have guys who are gonna start getting ready to fight. Even guys who are part of the fight camp, like I go to them and I see the style and like I think I'm like, all right, I saw a fighter that's very similar to what you're doing, and maybe this can work for you.
Right.
And then I tell them, one thing is about listening and doing it in the ring. Like yesterday when it was sparring, I was telling you guys, yo, do it, and they weren't doing it. But then this goes back, I don't know, to my boy Steven. He was actually sparring with you.
You know, it's crazy. I was about to bring that up because I remember hearing you kept telling, go for the uppercut. And I was just like, fuck, man, stop telling me that shit, because I kept falling for that shit.
Yeah, and then when he'll come to me, I was like, yo, do this. And I'm like,
and you're both southpaws, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm telling him, like, do it.
Yeah.
He's not doing it. When he does it, it lands.
Yeah. I know. It's funny because I could hear it too. I hear you saying something to him, and whatever. Sometimes it doesn't go through, but when you do catch into him and he does it, I'm like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? He's listening and shit like that.
And after I told him, I was like, you see, I was like, I'm not telling you. I don't tell you things to set you up for failure. Like I'm telling you guys because I see it.
Don't think
and
about it too much.
Yeah, it goes all back to what we spoke about earlier of the coach sees the outside.
Yeah.
We're able to see the outside. Footwork for novice boxers is just understanding your left and your right, going back and forward. Literally, if you just know how to go left and right, forward and back, forget about it. That's honestly all you need. You don't got to do nothing pretty.
And you know what's crazy? People think like that sounds so simple,
but it's not.
But once you get, this is a crazy shit about fighting too. And I noticed this because our dentist actually mentioned this too. You get caught, like, it's one thing to hit a bag, hit pads, right? Because for a fact you're just focusing on hitting these things. Now when you're in front of a fighter, you realize you actually you quickly forget that you're gonna get hit. That's one, and you quickly forget that this person, all they gotta do is move literally like 3 inches, and you can't hit them.
Yeah.
Not like a bag. If you think about it, yeah, a bag is moving, but relatively, it's always staying at one spot. And a lot of people that first trying out the sport of boxing, they don't realize like they're not, that bag is really not moving.
There's not.
All it takes, like think about head movement. Like that's what's unique about boxing is, you see how big a fist is, right? So for me, in order for me to dodge this, all I gotta do is just move that much, and that's it. And that's not a lot of movement, you know. And like going back to the whole thing,
Yeah.
and
literally just moving left and right,
bro,
forward and back.
and you get caught up. But that's the thing, though. You get caught up in the ring. You get
Yeah.
you're you know, whatever, you have anxieties or you're nervous. You see somebody punching you. You're thinking about, oh, I'm gonna hit this person, and you start forgetting the fundamentals and all the things that you learn. Kind of goes out the window because you have to get into that mental state of being calm and cool. A lot of beginners, they always tense up and they're like this, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh my god, and they're just doing all this, and they forget. And Argenis said something really interesting, is that people get hypnotized. You get so caught up staring at this guy, they're staring at you, and you're like in a standoff. And sometimes you just need to reset. I think you were there. We were talking about that, right?
I was just talking about sometimes to reset, all you gotta do is step back.
Yeah.
Step back, get away from them, and you reset the whole game.
And then
You know how simple that is, but it's so hard to do.
It's so simple, but once you're in that ring, yo, that shit is very hard.
Hell yeah.
It's so easy to forget a lot of things, and that's what's really important.
Like Canelo said, everybody has a game plan until you get punched. Even Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
you know, like he was the first one to say it.
Mhm.
No, you all have a game plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And same thing with Canelo. He said, like, all these fighters come and have a game plan for me until they feel my power, and they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
damn, like hot. So, you know, it all goes back to sparring experience.
Mhm.
You know, the more you fight, the more you spar, the more you're able to put things into practice on somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, sparring is the best thing you could do, honestly. You could do all the mitts you want, you could do all the shadow boxing you want, but you have to pay your dues in the ring. You know, you have to pay your dues in the ring.
Yo, not for nothing. I'm just now talking about all this. I kind of low key want to train right now.
That ass.
Yo, fucking. I just
I'll
want
be there tomorrow at 7:30.
Yeah. Yeah. What's it called? Are you gonna be doing Genesis camp this week?
So no, I'm gonna be with Eric. The only time I'll be
okay.
with our Genesis is just sparring on Wednesday.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
sparring
cool.
Wednesday, yeah.
So I'll probably most likely see you
Yeah,
Wednesday
yeah.
and anything like
Yeah,
that.
I'm sparring Wednesday, and I'm definitely gonna start sparring twice a week. So Wednesday with Genesis, and then Friday with you guys.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna shift gears a little bit. All right, let's answer this last Mara question
should
because
fight
Mara's
Canelo
asking
from
like
your-
1,000
From your
questions.
perspective, Canelo got to fight Caleb Plant to unify the whole belts, but knowing how that's gonna happen is not. I just want him to either fight one of the Charlo brothers, because I don't like them.
Yeah.
I just want him to fight one of them, or David Benavidez. It's a high risk fight, low reward, but it's good for boxing. You know,
Let's actually interesting topic real quick. Who's Charlo Brothers signed to?
PBC.
PBC.
Al Heyman.
Al Heyman. And then who's Canelo signed to officially now? Still the zone.
Matchroom is who is, I think the Matchroom is who he signed under,
Yeah.
or I think he's like a free agent, but
Okay.
he has the fight deal with the zone.
Okay. So knowing that, do you feel like that stops him from making that fight actually happen?
It's not that, because they're
the money's there.
The money's there. The only person who's gonna be hard is the thing about now is that all these fighters are getting entitled. They know how much Canelo can make them.
Yeah.
That they want more.
You
You know, so like this guy Caleb Plant, the most he hasn't touched
Whoop-dee.
he hasn't touched $1 million yet
Yeah.
in his fights, but because it's Canelo, he's like, oh, I know. He even said it. He's like, I know how much some of these other fighters make. I'm not gonna make any less than them.
Yeah.
So it's like now is that entitlement is like, all right, but it's like, don't you want to be the best? Why do you care so much about? If you have the confidence of beating Canelo, if you're making at least $10 million, why are you being selfish that you want $60-70 million? You know,
They just, I mean,
But
once you get to that point,
Yeah.
it's like telling a billionaire to like give up half his net worth. Like that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
but that's
They're
why
gonna
right now
want that.
Canelo said payday.
Yeah, payday.
You fight
Get the fuck
nobody.
out of here. Get the
You
fuck
fight
out of here.
nobody.
Yo,
That shit's
that shit was
funny.
hilarious. That was iconic. Yo, you know what's funny? What he did there was like exactly what you should be doing as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
even
so-
though, you know how many people have been talking about that for the past week?
Yeah, it's
just
just
him
funny.
doing.
They just doing the mocos.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
I want
bro.
it all, not $1
dollar
less.
less, exactly.
El Chile uno.
Why
Why that sounds like Joel?
Nah, I don't think I don't know. I don't think Joel knows how to use it.
Dude, you said Joel don't know how to use a computer.
I don't know, man. I saw him use a MacBook. I saw him using the MacBook Pro, man. Feel like caveman.
Oh shit.
All right, but yo, let's switch gears. We're gonna talk about nerd stuff, but let's actually get to the
geek.
Yeah, let's go to the Pokemon stuff, man.
Yo,
Yeah, well, bro. I want to see what we
open
got.
this up. Let's see what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
This thing is called the Matchless Fighters. It's dope. The only reason I saved it, one is for its like Japanese exclusive. It's Matchless Fighters. Me being corny, something about fighters.
Yeah.
I
like the fighting Pokemons. They're more interesting.
Yeah, they're dope. But I'm excited to open this up. There's probably like I'm lying. Maybe it's like a total of like 5-6 cards that I would be dope.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck out of here. This is Joel.
Yo, you dead ass.
Oh shit.
Yo, big shout out to Joel, man. I'm glad you got
That's my
tuning
boy,
in, bro.
man. Oh, yo, you missed it, Joel. I was talking about like when we first both started. Like you were my first sparring partner. He's been the only guy who's ever dropped me. I've never been dropped by nobody else but Joel. I got my eardrum popped by somebody else, but
Yeah.
Joel is the only person that's ever dropped me with a body shot every single time.
You know, and Joel, you know, and
I went to start opening shit up.
yeah, and being a, you know, that's why I respect a lot of you guys who I consider gym leaders. You know, like you guys have the respect, you know, that you don't go. Obviously, you don't go OD. Oh, he said, "Fuck out of here." This isn't Joel.
Oh, this isn't Joel. Oh shit.
All right, cool. Yeah, I didn't think Joel fucking would be able to use it, but anyway.
My man said.
Yo, but
My man called
but
him
yeah,
a
you know,
caveman.
but yo, these guys give you so much good work. They could air you out, but they, you know, obviously they know they're so professional that they're not gonna do that to you. You know.
Yeah, now Joel's professional. Before he didn't know how to hold back, and everything he threw was a bomb.
Yeah.
Everything he threw was a bomb.
All right, here we go.
I was gonna actually ask you.
What's up?
You want to bring a plastic bag? There's gonna be mad plastics that are gonna.
Actually, if you want, there's a wastebasket right there. So just take off your headset because you're not gonna be able to reach it. Yeah, you could just put that down and then just bring that waste back. You could put it on the. Yeah. Yeah, Jason, and you know, shout out to Jason, aka Joker, man. Flaco Explosivo, man. Joel don't know how to use a PC. Yeah, dead ass. Jason's actually a perfect example of what you should be doing to be marketable as a fighter. You know, Jason looks like he has the image. You know, aside from, and he has a good social media following too. Oh, if you want to put the headset back on too, that way you don't, you can monitor. He has, as far as the marketable sense, he has all of that. But you know, again, you know, we're gonna leave that boxing stuff because we're gonna get into this. But yeah.
Oh, I think it's like a total of 50 packs.
50 packs in there. That's a lot of packs.
You never learned how to. Did you continue learning how to read?
So I'm learning how to read. So by the way, I'm a fake Japanese person. So all this you're gonna see right here, I'm not gonna read any of it. But yeah, I'm still in the process of learning how to read hiragana and katakana. But you know, at some point, you know, I'm just not too worried about it till I actually get there. All right, so we're getting ready. Oh, by the way, you know, what's also interesting too, like Japanese design versus Western design, it's very different. But like, if you ask anybody that knows design, like Japanese people just know what's good. He says there's only 7 cards in the pack, I believe.
Yeah, 7 or 5 cards in the pack.
Yeah.
5. I think it's total 5.
That's a pretty dope fucking box. Actually, can you show it off a little bit,
Yeah,
like how it's presented? Because that's pretty fire right there.
It's fire. Look at this. Like, no stand on top.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Just the actual pack itself is fire.
Yeah.
Look at that. Details. I'm big on details. Yeah.
Yo, I just love the stances that they're taking.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fighting Pokemon?
Blaziken. That's actually who I want to hit.
Yeah.
Blaziken is actually who I want to hit.
Yo, who's this dude right here? This guy's pretty fire. Who's he?
He's a new Pokemon. He's the one that Eric has been training.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's actually Augustine. I actually paid pretty good. It was like $70. Right now the price on these went up like crazy.
Oh, so he got in at a good time. Yeah, I love this guy. What kind of fighting art is this Pokemon? This bear dude.
He's just a regular fighting type Pokemon.
But what's his style inspired? Because I know like Blaziken's like kind of like Taekwondo, no?
Taekwondo. I think he's karate.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
He's
Because he has the headband and all that.
Yeah, he's karate.
That's fucking sick, man.
All right. So we're gonna have the packs right here. You see them like total 50.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be a lot because it's 5 cards per pack.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit actually dope. They have a little slit.
Yeah.
Hope like the freaking USA.
Yeah, Japanese design.
Yeah, look at this. Simple. I don't know the card trick in this. I don't know if it's 5. So everything right now is gonna be trial and error. I think it's just 1. I think it's 1. All right.
So what we got here?
Got a trainer card. Damn, lantern.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird when you. If it's like
Gorilla Bloom, I think.
If it's not like if it ain't shit, you don't have to show it up. But once you get something good, just go super.
Gotcha.
Close.
Trash. You see, this I'm telling you, it's gonna.
Let me see.
Mike is over here gonna check them, but just look overall. Even though they're not like super rare cards, if you look at the artwork itself is insane.
So it's a little different then.
Yeah, a lot of different. Even the whole card design is different. The back, look at the back. Just look at the back. It's not this regular.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Dope.
It's interesting how they change it up.
Alright. Simple. Alright. Look, we actually got one of the ones you're talking about.
Oh,
the actual
shit.
fighting.
Oh, Eric's going to be tight right there.
Look at that. They actually got the fighting one.
Oh, shit.
It's dope.
What's his name? Do you know?
Your Shuffle Max? I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up.
I like that good cards to the side. Oh, don't worry. This is going to go fast, guys. But hopefully we can hit something good.
Yeah.
There's that.
You want me to slip it up for you? I could.
Oh yeah, yo, Mike is gonna sleeve up all the cards.
Give me whatever sleeves.
There's the sleeves that we're gonna use, and then we got top. Oh, I haven't even showed them. We have top loaders. We have our sleeves. Everything.
What's the top loader? By the
so
way?
Top loader. This is I don't know. I remember when I told you I packed that like $400 Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you sleeve it and then you top load it.
Oh okay, I got
those I only do that for all the ones that have like that whole like weight. That have
like
value.
Extra security.
Yeah, extra security.
Alright, so I'll put this way.
I will open another one. It's gonna be a ton of packs. I don't know the card trick yet. I don't even think there's a card trick. Nothing crazy.
This was the last one, I think.
Yeah.
No? So I don't know.
Mad pack, random pack. Before you know it, we opened every single one. I definitely want to go for like the Moltres or the Blaziken.
You know what we could do for this in particular? We could change the camera.
All right, let's go. Oh snap! Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's good, right? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, but where's Mikey at?
That's all good. I'll come back. I'm just commentary. I mean, this at the end of the day is unboxing at this point. So
yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a bunch of cards right here.
Yeah.
But yo, going back to did you ever get it? Yeah, you ever got it? You ever got into collecting anything? Pokemon cards, toys.
I actually collected a lot of X-Men stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was like I don't know. I can't remember how long ago, but I was collecting a lot of X-Men stuff. There was a pack series. I don't even remember what it was called, but I used to buy like almost like every week and shit like that.
No way.
Yeah, but what there was one collection that I was really big on was Spider-Man. So Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I love Spider-Man.
So
bro.
Spider-Man, they had this one card collection where.
Oh, they actually had cards.
Yeah, they had cards, and it was
crazy.
So like it was the way you collected was because most binders are like 3x3 grids, right? Yeah. So if you collected every card, it actually creates this whole big picture.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the first collection was displaying all Spider-Man's abilities. So there's one card that shows this, but then like if you get the whole grid out, is the whole 9 grid. It's just a whole bunch of Spider-Mans doing all different things, but it creates this one big picture, which was pretty fucking fire.
That's sick. I remember Pokemon actually doing that.
Yeah.
For one of them. All right, let's see what we can hit. What we hit?
Oh
shit! We actually hit that Moltres. Yo, I'm over here chilling. Yo, tell me this is fire. Goes with the shirt. Goes with the Iron Mike.
Iron Mike, yo.
Yo, damn, this card we gotta top load it. Yeah, sleeve it up.
All right, hold on.
All right, Mike is gonna sleeve it up. Oh, it's just fire, bro.
You know what's funny?
I'm just over here just like talking shit, like mad calm.
I got yo, he's like, holy shit. Hold on, let me.
That clean. I want that Blaziken more than anything.
What's the top? Yeah, it's top. So it just sleep like this.
Yeah, so pop it up a little bit. I'm gonna teach Mikey.
Yeah, show me how to.
And pop it a little bit like that.
So it kind of like.
Yeah. Once you let the card go in, just tap it.
So
That.
like that.
Slide it in as much as you can, and whatever you can, like that. You don't like. Yeah, you just tap it in, and it just slowly slides down.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Overtime. These boxes are fire, bro. The artwork. Bro. I'm big on artwork, bro. That's why I like the Japanese set. They make some.
This colorway is pretty fucking fire.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck. Yeah. So, matter of fact, let's talk about gaming a little bit, man.
Yeah,
What was your first? Do you remember your first video game?
Yeah, my first video game. I had a. It was PlayStation 1. I had a PlayStation 1, and it was actually a Toy Story game.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, it was
That's
actually
crazy.
a Toy Story game for the PlayStation 1. That game, it was either Toy Story or Bugs Life.
You know that's crazy.
I don't know if you guys remember that movie Bugs Life.
Oh, of course, Bugs Life's a
Classic.
classic. You know what's crazy though? Like with
Ooh, look, we
okay.
got another one.
Is that-
But he's
but is-
water type. Yeah, but now he's like a water. I don't know if all these are the same. This is dope. We're out here getting all the fighters.
I got this guy.
Yeah, he's a dark type. This one's a water type.
Yeah. Oh, here.
All right, Mikey's over here sleeve.
Yeah. What's interesting is that's how fucking old Toy Story is. Because actually, the first Toy Story game was actually a Super Nintendo game.
No
Which
way.
you should play that because it's actually
That's crazy.
It was actually a pretty fun game actually. Usually,
Bro, that game was ahead of its time.
Usually,
bro.
moving games or anything movie games like or TV show games don't really do too well. You could go a little closer too.
All right, Diglett.
Oh, we got it.
Oh, damn. Let's see what we got. Ooh, let's go.
That's a trainer
full art.
Yeah, full art, right?
It's a trainer full art card.
here we
Yo.
We hitting today. We
hitting. Yo, nah, this card is fire.
Yeah,
Damn.
that kind of represents you fighting.
Yeah, yo,
coach.
that has the coach. No way, we got this.
Yo, that's fire, bro.
Sick.
Yeah, yo,
We're gonna top load that.
yeah. I mean,
W's today.
Yo,
W's today.
we take it. We're gonna display everything, yo.
Everything.
Okay, we got
Straight W's.
It's crazy, but yeah.
Mo Leezy.
Yo, Leezy. Oh, that's Chris. That's Chris. That's
Hey, what's up, Brody?
Yeah. Actually, his ass got vaccinated. Your ass better get back to the gym ASAP, bro. Yo.
Yeah, bro.
Because he he lives with a lot of family, so that's why he hasn't been coming to the gym.
No, of
and
course.
stuff, so he's trying to be careful with that.
Juana.
Yeah, okay.
Danielito. Yeah, it got to a point. Oh,
What's this?
I don't know. Look, kind of trash. Bro.
Yeah. So wait, that's like the last card before the.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's the card trick, but I feel with 5 cards, we should just. And I think it's like 50, 60 packs.
Yeah.
Before we know it, this is gonna run through.
You know, it's funny. The way we're handling these cards is literally how you handle vinyl records.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like you're not supposed to touch the brim like that.
Like
you have to like on the side because the fingerprints can fuck up the reading of the needle.
Yo, bro. Like that day I packed that Pikachu, bro. I kid you not, I was shaking, I was sweating, bullets, bro. Like no joke, it was crazy.
Oh, pass me another
top loader.
Yeah, I'm gonna top load this guy. He's got the full art.
Yes, sir.
I'm learning.
Mikey's learning. But yeah, like that was my first game, Toy Story. Let's see. Trash.
What's your favorite franchise right now?
Favorite franchise right now? Sheesh. Damn. That's tough. I honestly, because I still play Pokemon till this day.
Yeah.
I still love playing Pokemon till this day. I've been through a lot of games. I've been through sports games. Like, sports game was actually my first. That was my only game I ever played competitively, and that's FIFA.
Yeah.
I grew up playing COD. Like my whole life I grew up playing COD.
Yeah, I stopped playing after Modern Warfare 4. I think I played like a little bit of Black Ops, but when everybody started camping, I was just like, it's not.
Nah, I was just always into sniping, quick scoping and stuff. Like that was my thing.
You should check out, see if you could download on your PC Quake 3 Arena. That was my first. That was my first love as a shooter, and that game is fucking fire,
my first game as a shooter was. Oh, am I gonna send a Pikachu PSA? I was thinking about it. But my boys, he's been waiting for his cards. Actually, PSA is another form of grading. It's a company that grades.
Yeah, they're the guys that grade.
But they're like 4 months. Like they make you wait like 4 months for one card.
Yeah.
And it's insane. So like what I'm trying to do is like,
let's go. Big winner. Full art. What's that? Full art Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's the last card before the last.
Yeah, I think that's the one that we gotta like
Look
switch. Yeah, look out for it. So we're gonna flip the cards over. It's actually dope.
Yeah.
This one we're not gonna top load just because
Okay.
I know like I pretty much know some of the cards that hold value. This is not one of them, but this is actually pretty dope. Yeah, you see, they stopped grading until August. So a lot of people are going to, I think, was it CGC?
Yeah.
Or Beckett. Beckett's another one. But talking about that, man, I don't know. The reason why I'm holding on to a lot of these cards and also that Pikachu is because Target and Walmart is actually not gonna hold Pokemon cards no more.
Oh yeah, because of the incident, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're actually not gonna. Yeah, they're actually not gonna hold Pokemon cards no more.
Beckery.
Yeah.
Oh, Becky. Yo, yeah, nah. So there was an incident, right? That situation with somebody get robbed by gunpoint, right?
Yeah, bro. It's
was that
crazy.
the facility itself, or was that
No, it was actually somebody, and there was another case, where a person followed a car. They followed the person's car, which was just like no way over
Pokemon.
Yeah, but you know what it is going back to we've always talked about scalpers.
Yeah.
Bro, and that's in any form of hype. Like me and you, we're into like, the Murakami, the Supreme, the Babe. We're always talking about like, we're into all this style stuff, the stylish stuff. It's if resellers can make a quick buck, they'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's trash.
Sometimes they'll do when it takes the money, they'll do anything for money. You could back up a little bit because the focus. It's a little weird, the camera.
Crap, damn. What we getting? My boy Heracross, probably one of my favorite Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's the next one.
Oh,
right. Let's go, boy.
Yeah, let's see what we getting. And
okay, that looked like his money.
Little rainbow full art trainer with the rainbow. Damn, we hitting today, bro. Look at this. Yo, the Japanese art is insane.
Yeah, the holograms and like all that shit. Yeah.
Yo, it's fire.
Yo, I see
you.
Yeah, that's my boy. Shout out to Eddie at Gardo.
He's the one that opened his Champions Path last time, right? Yeah, Whistle.
That's Whistle.
Let's go.
Yeah,
we're just hitting gems on gems.
This is actually quite beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
Because like in between her face, is like you can see like the hologram and shit like that.
Number 4. Yo, we hitting today. Yo, I want that Blaziken more than anything though. That Blaziken is fire. Oh yeah, top loader. Damn, if we hitting like this, hopefully we have enough top loaders.
Oh man,
I'm about to leave the cards here with Mikey.
Yeah, we'll keep it safe. We're gonna lock up the crib.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, my first shooter that I ever played was CS:GO.
Oh yeah,
because I remember
that's always a good one.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in middle school, I was going to Persian.
Yeah.
And I used to go to the Asian cafe spots to go play.
Yeah.
And it was always that CS:GO. All my boys would play CS:GO.
Everybody was on that shit.
That was my first shooter. Like that was like first like playing PC and stuff.
Yeah.
But then from there, I always stuck to console. I've been loyal to console forever.
Yeah.
But I was always into shooters. And you know what? I was actually a lot into games that had stories.
Oh, like campaign type of games.
Yeah, I before like actually playing individual games and like I was always into campaign games. Like The Last of Us was a game I think was ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, I mean now I feel like it's kind of like but but when it first came out, no, the storytelling was so good.
Nothing here.
Yeah, nothing here. All right.
So yeah, these packs like unlike every other pack, I think sometimes there's like a rare holo.
Yeah.
These don't, but imagine out of 5 cards in the pack we're hitting.
Yeah.
We just got we gotta stay positive. We want more. I want that Blaziken more than anything.
Yeah, the quality of the cards.
Bro, the quality of the cards, the art of the card,
this is really nice.
Japan has it down pat.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think? Actually, this is a question I wanted to ask. Do you think Pokemon as a franchise, it's the top selling franchise right now, more than Marvel, Disney, and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
How long you think Pokemon is gonna hold the top champion in terms of franchise?
I think for quite some more years, man.
Yeah.
Think about it. They've been killing it for 25.
I mean, and
we're
talking about generations.
Years.
We're talking about kids that, it's crazy. Vladdy was saying that his daughter's into Pokemon.
Yeah, his daughter's into Pokemon. He was into Pokemon. Yeah. My godson is into Pokemon.
That's crazy, right? How you're as an adult, you're seeing your own kid being.
And you know what it is? What they're doing right now with this new series of Pokemon, because I still watch Pokemon. It's called actually Pokemon Adventures.
Yeah.
Is because as a kid, I don't know if you grew up watching Pokemon, but as a kid, you Ash. Like Ash, you know, was like we always wanted him to be the Pokemon master because that's what he always talked about. And the show is getting it right where they're finally
allowing him
to become that Pokemon master he always talked about. Let's see what we got. All right, what is this? I think there's a starter Pokemon. Oh, shit.
I think that was the one.
Yeah, just a regular sleeve. This one's regular sleeve, nothing crazy. I think we're gonna top load the full arts.
Yeah.
And
then whatever else.
Oh yeah, but going back to Ash, what we're talking about, they're finally allowing him to become Pokemon Master, and I know what the reason is. I think it's because this new character named Go.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to push him into becoming the new face.
Okay, gotcha.
Because remember, some people watch Pokemon to see the Pokemon battles, but there's certain people that play the Pokemon game just to catch every Pokemon. Like they don't even care about becoming top trainers. They just want to be able to catch every single Pokemon. And that's what they're finally doing with this new show is that Ash is training to become the best Pokemon master, and then you have Go, who's just trying to collect every single Pokemon in the Pokédex.
Interesting. So I get what they're doing. So they're basically having relatable character.
Yeah.
You got guys that are really training for training.
Oh shit! You're slipping.
You're slipping. Hey, you're slipping. It's all good
number on. Let's see what we got. What's coming up? Let's go. And sheesh, Articuno, let's go, bro. We're hitting.
Yo, that's a sick colorway too,
today, bro.
We gotta top that bad boy.
Yo, this is
nothing out here.
Fire. Look, Mikey over here sleeving it up. That's it, the luck, bro. Mikey brought this. Yo, I've never hit so many cards, bro. What? That's insane.
Yo, this is fucking beautiful too.
That's a fire card, bro. I actually want to start. What happened? Top loader. Nah, I'm gonna send you some top loaders. I'm actually want to start my own Japanese binder. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, just cause like, jeez.
Oh,
right?
bro. So if you ever go visit Japan, and obviously I'll send it to you. I'll send you the. Yo, look at these.
Like, God damn,
bro. What's it called? You gotta go to this one store. It's called the Mandarake. And yo, bro, you're talking about a 5-story building of nothing but collectibles, nerd shit possible. You're talking about old DVDs, old video games. You're talking about cards. You're talking about fucking toys, everything possible. And we're talking about shit from like the 60s. You're talking about shit from like the 50s. Yo, all that shit. Things that cost like 5,000 a piece to like a couple bucks. Like, it's insane. Yo, you gotta check that store out. Like, if you're gonna take a trip out there, you have to stop by that store because it's one of the craziest shit.
There's actually one thing I've been wanting, because I haven't had a show to watch. Like, I haven't finished Hunter x Hunter as good as it is. And let's go! This is what I wanted. Yes, sir.
That's not
damn. We're hitting, bro.
Son, what the fuck is going on?
We're hitting,
bro.
Yo, this is not. Yo,
that shit is sick. Yo, I wish Eric was in the stream right now.
He would have been so mad, bro. Sheesh.
Yo, that shit is sick, bro.
Yeah, this is fire, bro. This is all I wanted. What? Yo, everybody's like, let's go. What? That's fire, bro.
You gotta top that bad boy.
That's hard. That goes hard. But my bad to cut you off.
Yeah.
The show that I actually kind of want to get back into that. And the reason is because I saw.
Hunter?
No, I actually, because I saw a toy in Starbucks. Remember Gunman? Is it Gunman? The one with the robots?
Gundam.
Yeah. What? Those are classics. I remember growing up on those. Those are classics. It's actually a show that I kind of want to get back into. I just don't know, because they got to a point where they made so many.
There's so many. So
I don't know which one you recommend.
So there's canons, and then there's non-canon ones. I recommend watching the original ones, the earliest, like back in like the 60s, 70s. And there's there's a couple substantial storylines. Gundam is an old franchise, bro. Like older than Pokemon. So like it's pretty fucking nuts.
60,
yeah,
70s.
yeah. If you look at the animation, it's fucking super old as fuck. But it's really older.
We got the regular trainer.
Oh yeah, that's the regular, but not with the full art, right?
Got the full art.
No, this is actually one cool one. You should watch. It's called G Gundam, and G Gundam is not canon. It's funny because my uncle, I mentioned that to him. He's like, "Oh, I don't fuck with that one." I'm just like, "But I love that one because G Gundam is straight up just fighting arts." It's like,
oh yeah,
yeah. So basically, what the whole idea of it is that you're not in a robot where you have controls. The controls is actually yourself. They put like the suit on, and then they're in the Gundam, and the suit mimics your movement.
Yeah, that's why I think I was a big fan of Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
yeah,
Power
it's pretty
Rangers,
much
bro.
like some Power Rangers shit.
My favorite Power Rangers, I don't know, for me is Wild Force. I don't know if that's maybe past your time, but that's like 2003, 2001.
Yeah, that's another subject. They have like Kamen Rider, they got like Ultraman, all that shit. That's like really big and popular and fucking like even now in Western culture. But like, but going back to that shit is so crazy because you see like people that are like kung fu. You'll see people that are like boxers, all types of fighting styles, and you're using Gundams to fight. Oh, I already.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm not trying. Why I keep slipping up?
I think you're doing this on purpose.
No.
Because you try to show off all the hits, all the W's you get today.
All the
boy.
W's we're hitting today. Let's see what we hitting. What we hitting. Oh, damn!
Okay.
It played us.
That's all right.
That's all right.
It's a cool card though.
It's a hollow.
Yeah.
No, it is. I think as soon as we see a shine now, we got like condition like, oh shit, we're about to hit something.
Yeah, we can't get too hyped.
Damn, but we hit. We hit some gems. And
it's crazy. It's crazy. You got the card that you was asking.
Yeah,
for,
that's
bro.
all I wanted. I'm hyped. I'm not even mad. Whatever we get now is OW, bros, and we still have like 10.
Oh, let's go.
We're hitting.
Yeah, but I can send you a list of Gundams you should watch. And then like, there's definitely. I would just start with the very first one because like it's a little rough to watch because obviously the animation is so much different. But just understanding like there's a lot of politics in it, and that's what makes it really fascinating because it shows about how when countries are at war, you have the politics of like, okay, we're from different countries and we're warring with each other, but does that necessarily make us good or bad or evil? Are we good or are we evil? Necessarily, how do we like who's inherently evil here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really just because countries are going to war or like types of people. It doesn't really matter who you are in the war. You're just part of this country, that you're part of this faction. You didn't choose to be like, all right, I'm part of this country, so I'm actually evil because we're trying to take over the world. Like, you're just a regular human being. You got put into this. You didn't choose to be like part of this. But like, so you see a lot of that, and then like you also see like, the collateral damage and all, what comes from like the ugliness of war. But what's really just at the end of the day is just this young kid named Amuro Ray. If you watch Gundam, Amuro Ray is like the Michael Jordan of all Gundam pilots. This guy, if you see his progression, this guy is like super talented when he flies these planes, these Gundams and shit like that. And like, just seeing his story, him getting like becoming like this badass like Gundam pilot is so fucking fire. But yeah, all right, wait, is this it?
We hitting something?
Oh, okay.
That's all right. That's all right.
Can't be all
like
W's.
Big Mike over here. Look at Big Mike. I look like Big Mike.
Yo, Big Mike. Yo, I'm about to
Big Mike and a
Photoshop
pig.
it. Yo.
Oh man,
it kind of does look like Big Mike.
I guarantee you, Big Mike is watching. I ask him, "Yo, you at the pool hole?" He's definitely there right now.
Right?
Yo, who's at the pool hole right now?
Fucking guy, yo, it's funny too, cause he was like, yo, he hits me up on SO saying, yo, you gonna come to the pool hall tonight? And I was like, yeah, I'll see what's up, because cause I had to go hang out with these guys, and then we ended up going to the pool hall, and then I'm texting him, and he's like, I'm like, yo, come through. He's like, who's there? I'm like, I stopped texting after that. Like, when people say who's there, I don't care, bro. Now you're fronting, bro. Don't worry about who's there. Just come through, bro.
Yeah, just pull up, man.
Yeah, just pull up.
What we get?
Oh, okay.
Shaman. It's dope. It's probably one of my favorite Pokemon from that region.
What are your factors of, as far as like what you're interested in a Pokemon? Like what are the things as you personally, what do you think makes a Pokemon good, and what you like about what be like, all right, this is a Pokemon I like a lot.
So like I've always, what's funny, because I hate the color red.
Yeah.
I hate the color red, but for some reason I love fire Pokemon. Which is funny. Like, I hate the color red. Like, yeah, you might see me with red, but like I hate just the overall. Like, I won't wear an all red shirt.
Oh, my bad. Just to be clear, the opening is always on the top of the card. That's cool.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
We're good. We're good.
Cool. I just want to make sure everything's like. Like.
That's fine. You're gonna tie.
I'm just used to that.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs left. Let's see if we can get one more hit.
Going back to the whole thing, like, what made you like, what Pokemons you feel like gets your attention, and what factors?
For me, like, I love Dragon type Pokemon. Like, that's why Dragonite is probably one of my favorite. Like,
definitely classic, classic, timeless staple Pokemon.
Latios and Latias being like color. Like, I'm big into like the design of the Pokemon and how they look. That's why, like, Blaziken, I don't know, to me he looks tough. Like, I like him. I like fighting Pokemon, but what I like what they started doing is they started making fighting Pokemon different types.
Okay.
Like Blaziken is a fighting fire type.
Oh, and then they're gonna have like fighting. There's
like,
water type.
There's a Greninja. That being Greninja, he's a fighting water type.
Yeah. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, so like, I got big into. I like to see. Let's see out of all these cards. A quick example. Like this is like a shark. It's just a regular shark. I'm not a big fan. Let's see if anything else is here that looks dope. But now if I show you, oh, these are kind of trash. Yeah, all these are trash. But you see, like this is like a regular. I don't know. To me, I don't like it. Like, I wouldn't have him on my team. Yeah. But let me show him out of one of the hits that we got.
Yeah, go ahead, go through that.
Let me show you guys the hits that we got. Look at this. Like this. Yeah, this guy. Tell me not. My man is fire.
About to need the shit out of your fucking chest, bro.
You see, like that, and then this, like the color.
Yeah.
The color of this looks dope. Articuno is a psychic type flying. It's
and it's crazy because I'm looking at it as a non, because I respect the idea of Pokemon. Obviously because I have biases, but like. But at the end of the day, like, I never was a Pokemon fan. I don't know why. It's so weird because I'm into a lot of like, nerd culture, if you want to call it nerd. By the way, that's something maybe we'll just leave it for another day because I know we have like, we're almost done with the podcast.
Yeah, we're almost done.
But like to me, like, there's so much stuff that I'm always into, like just that kind of culture, whatever you call it. But I just never. I don't know why I never got into Pokemon. But like again, like I'm looking at it from a outside perspective. I think the factor of because there's so many different Pokemon, the designs, the colors, and then what they're about. This is why they're successful because I feel like no matter who you are, you're gonna find that one Pokemon that you resonate with.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The only thing I didn't like, it got to a point where like some of these Pokemon don't make sense. Like Eric always says, it is like an apple. Like, like started making like this. You see, like this kind of.
What is that? What is that supposed to be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah, I remember one time. I remember when Eddie was here. Westo.
See, like a regular dog.
Yeah, I remember one time. I remember that looks like Luigi's dog. That's the funny shit. Yo, what's it called? Shout out to Hercules, by the way. But what's it called? When Eddie was here last time, there was like he kept pulling these like the sperm looking type Pokemon.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is that?
I'm telling you. You see, guy, like so that's what I'm saying is like certain Pokemon they made like sick. But then there were certain Pokemon that's like, yo, my man.
Yeah, honestly, I think they do that on purpose. I think they just want to do that because they just want to fill in stuff, and then like it's also
like this Pokemon. This Pokemon looks trash. It looks like a single mom.
Dweeb.
There's a bird over here.
Fuck out of here.
It looks Steven.
Shout out to Steven Perez.
Yo.
Fucking bird. Yeah, word.
Check code. Damn, we're hit.
Yeah,
we might. Hopefully we got one more hit. One more hit is we can't be selfish.
Got a couple packs. We already doing pretty good
job. We did great.
I mean, you hit your goal.
Yeah,
so
we hit what I wanted. I wanted that Blaziken. We got the Moltres. We got the Articuno.
Yeah, that shit is fire, bro.
That's it. Is it 3?
3 left. All right, cool.
Let's see what we got. Let's finish the stream strong. But once again, shout out to everybody. Like, if you guys came from my stream to this stream, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's always love. From his side, from my side, like it was dope. This is sometimes like what I want to do. I just love talking.
Yeah,
it's
politicking, man. Yeah, man. Because like at the end of the day, like you just have so much to say, but like you just want people to understand your side of things. You know what I mean? Because
like I'm big on that because a lot of people think just because I'm young, 24, and they see the people I'm around already at this age, and they think all this stuff was just like handed to me.
Yeah, no.
I really paid. I honestly paid my dues as a trainer. I put time and time. I took that investment of like
shit. We didn't even get into that either. How much shitty coaches are out there,
bro? Like,
and I'm not gonna even mention some of the coaches
that we need
coaches that came to our gym and try to do stuff. I was just like, God damn,
we need Big Mike for that. Yo, guys, we gotta have we have to have a podcast where it's Big Mike, because we gotta talk about that stage of coaches because Big Mike could be a coach.
Okay,
that's actually dope. Art. We got the full art. This is the same card we packed earlier,
right?
All right, so we got one more hit. So that's not bad. Can't be selfish. Yo, we're hitting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's just funny. I don't feel the impact because I obviously don't know about these Pokemon as much as you guys. So I'm just enjoying like when you pull something,
And
you know, the
like,
guys that know about it, like yo.
Yeah, they're probably like, yo, because everything we've hit today. That one, let's top it. Let's top
All
it.
right,
Yeah,
top
yeah,
that
yeah.
bad boy up. I hate we in there like some way.
Last one.
Last
Make
one.
it count. But yeah, guys. That's a podcast I was telling Mikey. It'll be dope to us have us three.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys continue supporting, you know, it's something that we could definitely do more with
Yeah.
random people. We were speaking about like different ideas. Obviously, we don't want to put nothing out there.
Yeah.
Put things into the work, man. But
Yeah.
one thing, guys, always surround yourself with people that believe in whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
You know, but overall, besides that, like I'm big on you got to believe in it yourself before anything, and then people will start rocking with you.
Yo, he said pull more than I ever pulled in my life.
life.
Damn, son.
Damn.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even know. I didn't think that was that serious, honestly.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know I was gonna hit all that.
Yeah, that's crazy. No wonder they
I'm not
bugging
even-
the fuck
I'm
out.
like, oh shit. Okay.
Are we gonna finish strong?
Yeah,
We
we're
don't
gonna
know.
finish
It might be
strong.
some bullshit.
Yeah, it might
like
be
last
some
time.
bullshit. Yeah, it might be.
So you never know.
Heracross, one of my favorite Johto Pokemon, and what's the
Alright,
Oh, it's actually pretty dope. He's a legendary Pokemon. But
Okay.
it's dope. Alright, that was it. Yo,
What makes a legendary Pokemon anyway?
they have different types.
Oh, okay. This is his inspired his
It's
design.
like thunder, yeah. It's a thunder,
god.
yeah.
It's a
Thunder god.
Raijin. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna show you guys the hits.
Yeah, let's
So,
go through
let's
that.
through the hits. I'll let Mikey sleeve that last one. So I'm gonna show you guys all the sleeve cards we got, into all the top loader cards. I'm gonna go from my favorite, from my least favorite
Yeah, go
to the top favorite. All right. Let's go.
Shout out to everybody sticking in.
deadass,
We're
bro.
already about to hit the 3 hour mark.
Yo.
This shit went by fast, honestly.
Yo, I don't
And
even feel it. I've been talking for this long, which is crazy.
You know what's crazy too? There's so much that we wanted to discuss, but we couldn't even touch it.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
insane, man.
There's just too much information.
But this is what I feel. This is why, like, I really want to do this podcast because it's like we're just genuinely talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like none of this is scripted. Like I
Yeah.
caught myself talking sometimes. Or, like we just been talking because this is like everyday thing in the gym. Like, and now for us to be able to, we gotta have a part 2, bro. We gotta have a part 2.
Yeah, I mean,
With more Pokemon cards. Hopefully we could get hits.
yeah,
But
shout
this
out
we
to-
got this.
Word.
The Thunder. I don't know this Pokemon. We got one of the fighting Pokemon. Another
that's
other
their
one
card,
is
yeah.
dope. We got this V card. Another Big Mike.
Big Mike. Shout out to Big Mike.
Yeah, the single mom.
Single mom.
And I don't know. And then Beedrill,
Big
classic.
joke,
All right, now the hits.
The big boys.
The big boys, the
Top off.
yeah, so we got this is pretty dope. This
Yeah.
art is that rainbow is sick.
Yeah, that's
We
pretty
got this
fucking-
full art of that earlier dragon I showed you guys.
And I
It's
love how
pretty
they,
dope.
like pick where the hologram is at. Like,
Yeah,
the
but you know that
details.
actually that plays a role, the centering.
Okay, yeah, you told me.
so, like,
I
the
remember.
centering, so like
yeah,
he
Eddie
might
was
be
talking
like
about that.
perfectly centered. I don't know,
Yeah,
and it'll hold more value if he were to be like 2 inches.
yeah.
2 inches off.
That's where the grading part. Because I remember Eddie
Yeah.
when he was doing his podcast, he was thoroughly explaining what the importance of the chances. Even though you get a good card, that doesn't mean it's its full potential.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts. Like,
It's
yeah,
insane.
it's kind of interesting. Like that plays a big factor in the
It's
whole
like
thing.
grading diamonds, bro.
Yeah,
Literally
pretty
that.
much,
People,
yeah.
it's crazy. Some people really care for that.
Yeah,
Like I said it. Like I love collecting, so I purchased some cards that are like in not bad, like decent condition,
yeah,
not in mint condition, but I just really want that card. So
Yeah.
I don't mind it being beat up. I'm paying less, but some people are willing to pay those extra $1,000 just to have a mint perfect.
Oh yeah,
condition card.
and you know what's funny?
I don't get it, but
I was talking a little bit yesterday. I don't know if that was because I was talking about what I'm going to talk about in the podcast or talk about whatever. But like I was telling the guys, because a lot of us are having kids and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
told them whatever your kids are collecting, keep that shit fresh.
Yeah.
Don't fucking throw that out.
That was
Keep
my
it.
biggest problem. I tell like with Blatty and all them was like, damn, you guys used to actually take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
I will play with the cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had a lot of the collectibles I had. Matter of fact, let me show you.
This is my third favorite. This is 5, bro.
Yeah, that one's
heat.
sick.
There's Moltres. There's like this new version of Moltres, but yo, I'm happy.
Yeah.
We can call it a
We
night.
hit goals, babe. Yeah.
This is the dope. It's a VMAX.
I'm gonna clip that and send that to Eric.
Yeah. He's about to get so mad, bro.
Yo, yeah, I want Eric to come up and
No,
do
it's
his
just-
unboxing too.
No, it's just 5, bro.
Yeah,
Yo, this whole week we've been hitting.
Yeah, this is an old.
Oh
yeah,
crap!
This is like back in the this is back in the Tamagotchi.
It's like a Tamagotchi.
days.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
So this one is like a basically what this was is like it's based on activity. So you have to keep it on you, and the more active he is, the stronger he
Yo,
was.
I actually had this.
Yeah.
Oh
this
God, I had
was
this.
like I would say like this is like early like 99 2000.
Yeah,
That's when
I
it
had
came
this.
out.
I had this. I remember I had this.
Yeah, so that's like
crazy.
that's pretty much the box is kind of messed up a little bit on the back if you see the detail, like it's a little bended. But as far as like condition wise, like if you open it up, it's fresh, brand new. It probably still works. I'm trying to see where my fucking I have my Game Boy Advance somewhere. I don't know where
Yeah, yo, actually shout out to my boy Jay. Jazz. He actually gave me his Game Boy SP, bro. That was like, yo, I appreciate that. And he gave me Leaf Green. I just gotta get a charger for that, cause I need a charger.
Even though the avid collector.
Yo, his collection is insane, bro. Insane, bro. But it's crazy. Like, I never knew that he was into collecting Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Even my boy Eric. Like, I didn't even know that, like, he was into collecting Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
But this is the whole, something that we'll talk about later about. Me and Mikey were actually speaking about it earlier about, just because you look a certain part doesn't mean you can't be into certain things.
And you
You
so,
know,
and
like,
it's
I've been
totally-
dying to make actually, yo, like, with
What?
TikTok and all this, I've been trying to make, like, a crazy,
What's that?
TikTok with Blatty, because you know how he's mad muscular,
yeah,
and him
bro,
just holding his booklet.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Yeah, he has like first edition Pokemon cards and stuff. That'd be hilarious.
I want to do a workout fucking video. You know what I want to do? Cause you know I've been doing the yo, look at what Lizzie said. He's like, yo, do it.
Yeah, bro,
Yo.
because he's jacked, and
Yo.
then he has first edition Pokemon cards.
And
He doesn't want to sell me none of his cards because he thinks all his cards are worth $4,000. But piece of shit.
Yo, but you know what's funny? Like I wanted to do one. You know how I do like those
You fix the
highlights.
camera, you in? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
good.
good.
Yeah, we're good now, right?
Yo, we got hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. I'm not even
Yeah,
mad.
nah, it's fucking crazy, man. And it's funny because I could tell how serious it was because based on the guys what they're saying. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
They were
talking about duality, man. Like I you know, it's like just because you play a certain part, you look a certain part doesn't mean that you can't enjoy certain things.
Exactly.
And you shouldn't be ashamed for it either.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like
I said, yo, I'm be honest. I said it like, yo, like even with Eric, I was like, tell us something, punch you in your mouth, saying something
Yeah,
about Pokemon
exactly.
cards. But I wouldn't. Obviously, that's just us joking around.
yeah,
But it's literally it's like that. You'd
Yeah.
be surprised who's into really collecting Pokemon cards or just any form of collection.
yeah. Like to say that's like weird or waste of time. It's
Yeah.
like, well, who's to say
Kinda
what you're?
corny,
Well,
yeah.
who's to say what society norms is? That's cool or interesting. Like for me, like. Of course, like I like watching the sport of boxing, but like I never got into like baseball. I never understood like I like the sport of baseball and NFL, but like I never got into it like my brother. My brother, yo, if his team loses, this guy gets so upset. He'll just be like this, like, and he's like tight, like, and he just.
That's
has
actually how my dad is.
Yo, bad
every
day.
time.
And it's just
soccer
like-
team loses.
And then you know, people like that will make fun of like what we doing, but look how stupid you look getting mad. Like to us, you look stupid getting mad over something that has nothing to do with you almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't. But that's the thing. You shouldn't judge on people what they like, because you know whatever they like it. Fuck it. It's not a big fucking deal. I still think you could be tough as shit and like fucking motherfucking Pokemon. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yo,
You can still bang out and fucking.
hell
like
yeah,
Pokemon.
bro. Forget about it. Yo, Wednesday spawn. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But no, but seriously, like you guys, I'm big on that. Like whatever that, like for a long time, you know, just to close it up,
Yeah.
you know, enjoy whatever you enjoy. You know, because at the end of the day, it's what you enjoy, not whatever,
That's who
whatever.
you are.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's who you are. Like for a long time, I will hide who I really was.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's like I don't honestly. I'm actually the happiest I ever been, being myself.
Yeah.
You know, and like it's literally that shift. Just be yourself. If people gonna rock with you, they're gonna rock with you. If not, they're not. And then you'll be surprised how many more people come. Like, damn, I can relate with him.
Yeah.
And forget about it. You know?
Yo, it's funny because like that's essentially like I'll give you a good example real quick before we wrap this up. Yo, like I love my brother, but he used to always make fun of me because I used to listen to video game music. I remember I used to play.
shit.
So I used to play I'm a Final Fantasy dude from like day one, and every time you play Final Fantasy, what happens is so it's an RPG turn-based. You walk in a world map. If you walk, you come like it's like Pokemon. You get into an encounter if you walk into like the high grass, right? So every time you get into a fight, it resets the track. So what I used to do was I used to just not move, and I'll just sit there and like listen to it. And my brother used to make fun of me for that, he's like, "What the fuck? You're listening to video game music and you think that's?" And then he's like, "Oh, that's so whack." And then it made me closet myself about like, "Oh, I don't want to show my nerd stuff." And next thing you know, in reality, I started watching like videos, and there's a Red Bull documentary about video game music. Yo, you got Havoc, you got Flying Lotus, you got all these guys that are fucking top tier producers. They make phenomenal Grammy winners and all that, and they're all influenced by video game music. And it just made me realize, oh shit, like I wasn't the only one. Like this was nothing wrong with this. If you think about it, video game music fundamentally is just music. It's just use different instruments and technology. Doesn't mean like it's not music. You know what I'm saying? It's getting influenced by something else. But
yeah, and then that's big. Finishing up like with hobbies being more accepted now.
Yeah.
It's a big role now of like that celebrities are doing it too.
Yeah, I mean, look at Gary Vee.
Gary Vee.
Gary Vee preaches about how like, yo, collect baseball cards, do all that, because that shit's fucking money. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck what the next person thinks?
Exactly. And, you know, like, I think it's just that, is that gaming and collecting didn't have like somebody cool that was doing it, you know. And now all these athletes are doing it. All these athletes are gaming, streaming,
YouTubers, fucking
and YouTubers.
Logan Paul,
bro, he blew up Pokemon. That's why you freaking you can't even get Pokemon cards no more. But
I wonder if Nintendo or you know anything that owns Pokemon reached out to him for that, but probably not. They probably like fuck it, don't matter.
Milking it right now. They're milking it right now.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, but that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna even bring that up anyway. But yeah, let's we're gonna wrap it up because we're already at the 3 hour. We're actually we're actually 3 hour and 10 minutes.
Just
but
talking.
Big shout out to everybody tuning in. I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all the follows. I got some follows. I got some subscribes. You guys, you know, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So I appreciate y'all. You're taking the time out to listen to us talk shit. Big thank you to Alan, boxing coach. You know, I love doing work with you. You know what I'm saying? I think you got phenomenal talent. I want to make sure you understand you got to keep pushing for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely want to see where you at in 10 years, man. So, thank you once again coming to my podcast and, you know, talking shit with me.
Thank you for having me, man. This is like, I'm big on like therapeutical stuff. And like sometimes talking is all you need to do.
Yep.
And, I said it like, you know, when you're in a good place, you could just talk for days. And, I thank you for having me here. Thank you for opening my Pokemon cards.
We got some hits. We got some hits.
Yo, I think I'm opening all my cards here with Mikey, bro. Just straight luck that we got today.
I'm just gonna sit there.
Just sit there, just holding the cards.
He gonna fucking hit me up.
Big Mike owes us a shirtless Pokemon opening video. Yo, we gotta do some shit like that.
We're gonna.
That's for another day.
Imagine forcing him. Alan streams too. Oh, good shot.
Yeah. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm actually gonna be streaming tomorrow, guys. After I train with you guys, I'm gonna go home, open up more Pokemon cards,
Make
bro.
sure you follow ARK21. All right.
Yeah, guys.
Instagram's up there. That's also his socials.
You know, like I'm very active. Actually, you're the one who always tell me like, yo, you gotta be more active on IG. Be more active, and it's like sometimes you gotta listen. You gotta listen. Yo, as simple as that. Like you, Eric, and anybody who wants to be a fighter, trainer, just put yourself out there. Just don't become a know-it-all. This is a sport that you don't know anything. You know, like you're always learning. Be a sponge, whether you're a fighter or anything you do in life. Just be a sponge.
And then also
be surprised how much you grow.
And then I think the biggest point here to what we were talking about earlier: let life help you discover what you were meant to do. And once you realize that you know that meaning of a purpose, go for it. Devote your life to it.
Just I'm telling you, that movie Soul, guys. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
The Disney movie, right?
Yeah, that Disney movie. That's probably like
very relatable.
It's a great relatable movie. That movie was not for kids.
Yeah.
All this stuff, like as an adult, if you're watching it, you're just there questioning yourself, like, damn. But like it's true, like as simple as that. Just because you have a sport, don't let that confuse you, making you think that's your purpose.
Yeah. So
sometimes you just enjoying what life is. Just life being life. That's a purpose. Don't be so hard on yourself. You know, like we always talk about it. Like, what's for you will find a way. It always finds a way back. Boxing, I left it 3-4 times, and now look at me. I'm still here.
All right. On that note, man, thank you again once again. It's MikeyDigital, my man Alan Rivera, aka ARK21.
That's my initials.
You heard. Yo, thank you for everybody. We out of here. Peace out. Thank you so much. Love y'all.
Take care, guys.